We might be drunk. We got Patton Oswalt with the tea.
Hello, having tea. I can't day drink anymore. I'm too old, kids.
Yeah, this is an early one. That's because of us. But we were talking about Red Bank, New Jersey.
Killer Room.
Count Basie.
Count Basie. I had seen Lily Tomlin there like way back in the day. Amazing show. She was like redoing it was like topical material, and then she redid Search for Signs of Intelligent Life.
Oh yeah.
Great show.
Hell yeah, yeah. Ali Wong did a special there. It's a big one for specials.
It's a great room, but
because the interior is gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Good, cool staff. But I went there. I'm like filming my own tour doc type movie, and my publicist was driving me, and I have Rachel Feinstein in the car with me too. She's playing my publicist in the thing, and the publicist is like a dumbass. That's like the character. My publicist is like, I'm not stupid. I'm like, the whole time we're like, you're kind of stupid though in a lot of ways. You're kind of incompetent. She's like, I'm not. We get there early to film. She pulls up and she goes, "You're gonna kill me." I'm like, "What happened?" She goes, "We're at Count Basie Hall, not Count Basie Theater." I'm like, "What does that mean?" She goes, "We're 90 minutes away."
Oh.
And I was like, "We're literally making a movie about how dumb you are," and you drove us to the wrong venue.
You gave us such a perfect scene.
And she just kind of had to take us, just abusing her for the rest of the ride there.
Yeah,
wait a second. Did you advertise you were at the Count Basie Theater or the Count Basie Hall?
Theater. No, she just made it. It was just a brain fart. She just put in the wrong venue into her GPS. She drove us there. She's like, "I'll drive. Let me drive."
What I'm saying is, were the like on your website, did it say Count Basie Theater? So when you get to Count Basie Hall, there was no one there, or they knew to go to the right one?
No. Everyone else knew to go there.
Oh,
my publicist drove us. She insisted on driving us.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much for driving us." And then, of course, wrong venue. We get there. I had all these like childhood friends there. I had like this kid I grew up with who's like he's like drinks the same amount he did in 8th grade when he was like an alcoholic.
No.
And he brought like 8 of his friends, and he's like, "Can I bring them all back?" And I was like, "Yeah, fine." And he walks up to my publicist, and he's like, "Dude, she's fucking hot." And I was like, "Aren't you like seeing somebody?" He's like, "Yeah, we just got engaged." I was like, "Oh, okay." He corners my publicist, and he goes, "Can I get your number?"
Wow.
I was like, "Where's your wife?" She's right out there. The fucking brother-in-law, the whole family. I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
What was he arguing? Look, we're only engaged. I still have some time.
Yeah, it's true.
What am I supposed to do?
It was crazy. It was a weird night.
But yeah, that is the flaw of GPS because they have like I have a street and there's Place, Parkway, Lane.
Oh, that's so annoying.
It'll fuck you so easily.
Yeah, I told her on the way back, make sure to put in Manhattan, New York. Don't take us to Kansas right now.
I remember I did the Count Basie Theater, and I went in, and you know how gorgeous the interior is?
So
like
beautiful.
All that. So I was like, wow, look at all this. And then they went, yeah. And they pointed up to like some little bit of architectural detail, and there was this weird, still kind of shiny, wet stain of some kind of substance that had splattered on there. It was really high up, too. I was like, whoa. And then they just went, Gallagher. Gallagher had been in there the night before. And it would hit, and they go, we did the best we could to clean, but he hit something at just the right angle. It went so goddamn high.
The one on the left is Cosby.
And
I never thought of Gallagher leaving theaters must have hated Gallagher. I never thought. I just knew audiences and people.
It's crazy he got to theaters with that shtick.
Oh yeah, that was huge.
No, I saw him at the fucking Kennedy Center back in the
Whoa.
80s. The Kennedy Center.
Damn.
And it was a goddamn mess.
Well,
G.G. Allen wasn't as messy as him. There was an easier cleanup after G.G. Allen than it was Gallagher.
Yes, Ozzy eating a bat left less of a imprint, but his wordplay I thought was pretty damn good. I know people hate him.
Didn't he walk off Maron's interview?
He did, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Gallagher.
Yeah.
It was one of the greatest lines ever in podcast history. Come on, Gallagher. You hear the hotel door slam.
Oh, yeah.
It was perfect.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like a National Lampoon radio skit or something.
And then he had a brother. There was Gallagher, too. We did a documentary on Gallagher.
No, we need an A24 like weird Ari Aster horror film about the two brothers and the weird fighting and because he had his brother go do smaller venues.
With the same act?
Same
outfit.
He was so popular that he was getting all these booking requests. He's like, well, I want all that money too. So he his brother got a nominal fee, and then he also got a cut of that. He wanted to get all these gigs, and then the brother, and he's like, but you got to stay a certain size theater. You can't go above a certain size theater. You can't go in certain territories. And I think what I heard was the brother went out and really kind of caught the bug, like, hey, this is awesome, and just started booking the bigger venues. Like, think I'm better than the
original.
And that's what he did.
Wow.
And as weird as that sounds, there's this great podcast called A History of Rock and Roll in 500 Songs. So good. And so they do one on Little Richard, and Little Richard was so popular. Tutti Frutti was so massive that he got all these booking offers, like just like more than there's no way he could do them, like physically he couldn't be there so they found Little Richard impersonators, because people really didn't know what he looked like. They just knew what he sounded like. And people that could do him, and they would send him to all these other venues and just be Little Richard. And one of those Little Richard impersonators later on went back to his real name, James Brown.
Oh my
James
God.
Brown started as a Little Richard impersonator, going out
Whoa.
like, you get this chunk of the money and the rest goes to us, goes to the Little Richard Corporation.
Wow.
So he was out doing Little Richard gigs.
Whoa.
Isn't it amazing?
That's crazy.
That is. It's also like back in the day, Jim Carrey doing stand up was like all impressions. And then one day, I think he said Dangerfield was like, just be yourself. You can just be you, you'll do better. And it's like, shit.
And it took him a while to find that. He would bomb a lot before he figured out the alrighty then. And he said that's when it clicked.
But if you can just click into Clint Eastwood or all these characters, it's like, fuck, it must be hard.
Like
and it
that
kills.
Well.
Yeah.
It's like, as funny as Dan Soder's material is, some of his impressions
Incredible.
are so goddamn good.
But he fights it. Like, if I could do Soder's impressions, I would jump into that.
Well, if I could do the impressions at the level that Soder can do them, I remember I was talking to him and said, if you were an evil person, you could cause some real problems in these people's lives, like calling up. Like, there's no difference in what. And he never had to say, like, and now I'm going into this person. He would go into the voice, and I was like, the fuck, dude? How, it was really eerie.
He's like the original deep fake.
Yes.
Yeah.
But did you ever see that episode where he called in to like CNN or something as Dave Chappelle?
Soder did?
Soder did that?
And it worked. They were like, we got an interview with Dave. This is great. And he just bullshitted them for like 20 minutes on a podcast. You never heard about this?
No.
This is huge. Pull it up.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know that there was a couple of DJs in LA, Kevin and Bean.
Yes.
And they would do Jerry Lewis. I think it was either Ralph Garman did Jerry Lewis, and they called France during the Iraqi War, and they somehow got through to the French president.
Oh my God.
And
What?
they had to go to commercial because the manager was like, this isn't it, like, because it all happened on the air. Like, they were talking. He's like, hello, I just want to hope that you would pledge your. But he wasn't doing the crazy over there. He was like, the way when Jerry, I can't do it, but when Jerry Lewis tries to act serious and talk, and it just sounds exactly like him. So you could see the president was like, Jerry, it's so nice to that you called. And apparently the management was like, we could go to federal prison for this.
Why isn't the FBI using comedians? Like all these guys to like call in. Call in as like a Khomeini or somebody.
He said, who better to do it than Jerry Lewis? So we got a number of random phone numbers in Paris, and we decided to call people up in Paris, and I would do Jerry Lewis and tell them that we still want to be friends here in America.
Okay.
They don't even have, there isn't even a clip of the call because that can't be on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Now. Like, it was all immediately taken down.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But it went out over the air live. I remember because I was driving around, I remember when it happened.
Damn.
And I was like, is he, because I thought, they're calling, they got another comedian on the other line to be the French president, and they went to commercial and came back, and Kevin and me were like, okay, we've just been talking to management, and we would like to preemptively apologize. Like, they were really freaking out.
Yeah, I bet. Wait, go back. You had it. You had it.
No,
This is
wasn't
him
it?
talking
No,
about
you
it.
went back. You had it right there. Yeah.
Right, the first video, the big one.
The big one,
Go
the
down.
bottom of the bottom.
Jesus
This one.
Christ, Dad.
This was
Come
28
on.
minutes.
Well,
I'm looking for a clip.
I see.
So he did this live on a show, but he got through to CNN?
Fox News. I was wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, because they wanted an interview about like all the trans jokes.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, fuck it, let's call him. And it worked.
Holy shit! So this is live on the. But how's the crowd not losing it laughing?
They were, and Lewis has to be like, shh.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Well, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
I'm on a train, so apologies. Can you hear me?
Oh, it's quite all right. I'm outside. I just want to call you real quick because I know I only have about 4 minutes.
That's okay. I have like 1% battery.
Oh, I wanted to get in quick and talk to you about Louis J. Gomez. Easily one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life.
Yes.
I mean,
This is the point they should have known it wasn't Dave.
True.
Holy shit. Apparently when Kevin Pollak was doing a movie with Alan Arkin, he would call up the director or producer as Alan Arkin on the phone and like make weird like demands for the next day, and then they would come and they go, we have like the muffins you wanted, and I was like, what are you talking about? And then Kevin just said one day he gets a message on the machine, no more phone calls, Kevin. No more phone calls. It's not funny. Like he was real because he just sounded exactly like Alan.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Pollock's
That's
underrated.
a weird power to
He's
have.
in
I
a lot of
know.
great movies, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
in like
you-
A Few Good Men, Usual. You're in a lot of great.
You're
I
in
was looking at
some
your
great
IMDb
stuff.
before we came here. I was like, holy shit. I mean, obviously, like,
Don't get me started on The Fan.
Oh,
yeah,
big fan.
Yes.
The Fan is a
Oh,
fucking.
sorry. Big
that's
Fan.
A, that's
Big
a,
Fan is
That's a
different.
rough movie.
Wait,
That's
is
a
that
rough
the Wesley
But
Snipes?
is it? Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
sorry.
that's like a so bad it's kind of good movie.
Knife Salesman.
Well, it's
Cutco.
oh God, who's the
De Niro.
yeah, but the director, that guy, not Ridley Scott, but his brother. Oh,
Tony
come on,
Scott.
Tony Scott.
Tony.
Great director.
Man, great director.
Yeah.
And it's so friggin' preposterous, but it looks so good when they're pitching in the rain.
Yes.
At the end.
Yes.
So it's like this massive rainstorm. You're like, yeah. And just like at the beginning of Last Boy Scout,
I was
when they're
just gonna say that.
Yeah.
We're just shooting players on the football field.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a reach.
But
Pull
also,
it up.
it's a football game happening in like a typhoon.
It looks
Right.
Like they're
cool
not
as
even
fuck.
being subtle about the rain.
Who
Like,
directed Last Boy Scout? I know it
I
was.
thought that was also Tony
Was
Scott.
it? Shane
it?
Black wrote it.
or
I
maybe it was Jan
really?
de Bont, or
It really bombed. I know that.
and it shouldn't have, because Last Boy Scout's fantastic.
It's fun as hell.
It's so funny.
Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans
Bruce Willis.
and Bruce Willis, Brian. What's his name? Oh God
God,
damn it!
the guy from Easy Money,
Yes,
who just Taylor Negron.
Taylor Negron.
Oh, Negron.
Amazing death.
He's really?
Oh.
Yeah, he gets shot and like falls through a helicopter
Oh, he
blade.
gets to have
It's an
those.
epic 90s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gary Veter was telling me his dad took him to see that in the theaters when he was like 6, and I was like, that explains so
man.
much about you.
Was it Tony Scott?
Hey!
You can tell a Tony Scott.
Shane
Oh
Black,
yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah. Fun stylized.
Shane Black has. Have you guys have seen The Nice Guys?
That's
yes?
one of my
course, of
favorites.
course.
Yeah.
That they just did that. Pick your top 10 movies of the 21st century for the New York Times. I was one of the people they asked, and I put The Nice Guys in
It's
there.
a
It was
great
like,
movie.
This should have made $300 million, and we should be on our 5th sequel. At
I
this
know.
point. It should just be nonstop. That movie was.
Gosling is like, it's
He's
weird.
funny.
It's weird for a dude that handsome to be that good at slapstick
Yes.
comedy.
Yeah.
Because he's like fucking hilarious in it.
I
The
know.
toilet stall scene.
Yes.
This scene. Oh God.
And Russell Crowe is awesome.
And Shane Black's dialogue is so good.
It's
Like Kiss
amazing.
Kiss Bang Bang. It's,
I love
it's
that
breaking
one.
the fourth
Yeah.
wall. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
love
like
that
it-
every chapter in that movie is just like a Raymond Chandler book.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yes.
Look away.
I love that movie.
Yeah. And they're linked. They both have Gay Perry in them.
Yes.
The Gay Perry's in both of them, so that's the link. And hopefully there would be a third in the fucking trilogy.
Yeah.
But yeah, those movies are so good.
It's dude.
this is-
this is the fan.
You know how they play baseball like this in the rain? They have the rain going, and
Not to mention they're playing 9 Inch Nails. I want to fuck you like an animal.
Are they really?
While Benicio del Toro's getting like stabbed in the leg in the sauna.
Wow.
It's one of the weirdest
like Guizamo.
song choices for
Yeah.
a guy getting murdered.
You know this movie pretty damn well.
I saw it a
oh
bunch
God,
as a kid.
Okay.
the scene where he beats George Wendt to death is so creepy.
Because he was like the catcher back in the day.
But like he goes, we were 8 years old. Like he's still obsessed with that. You're like,
Remember
oh,
we
my-
won this? He goes, dude, we were 8.
We were 8, and then he starts beating him to death. You're like, oh,
Because he tries to get the kid, he tries to save the kid, and De Niro just beats him to death.
Yeah.
Right,
De Niro
right.
was on a run of playing psychopaths here.
Yes.
Oh, he was-
He's like coming off Cape Fear.
This
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
I got to fuel my jet.
When De Niro's so good, but when he's bad, it's almost better.
Oh
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's like
He can get
When
over the
he's
top.
yeah, I mean when you realize he like De Niro slipped into the 5 movies a year category for a while, you're like, really? You don't need, you can just pick what you want. I
Yeah.
think you're kind of amazing.
There's a scene in the beginning of this movie. I've seen this too many times where his kid's like, the new player, Wesley Snipes is up, and the kid goes, hit a grand slam, and he goes, don't be selfish. All we need is the sack fly. He's just like lecturing a child. I know he's meant to be crazy, but it's one of those. But your movie, Big Fan, is actually like a really good movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was based on the guy that wrote it. He was the editor of The Onion for years.
Oh.
Really?
He wrote Our Dumb Century, and
Wow.
and he wrote the script for The Wrestler.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
And so, which is
Whoa.
another great movie. And he took that money, and he had the script that got him the Wrestler job to write The Wrestler was this script called Paul Alfiero, which turned into Big Fan. And he had been trying to get it made for 10 years, so he just took the Wrestler money and did a low-budget SAG thing, and he sent me the script, and I read it, and it was so not only was it good, like the kind of movies I like, those early 70s, just a character study where you just drill down into someone, but the way they were going to make it where it's like, I'm calling in favors. We're going to shoot at this friend's house. This person's like, it had that early 70s. We don't really have any money. Let's just start.
Love that.
There were no dressing rooms. The dressing room, my dressing room was the back of his car, and most of the clothes in that movie are just my clothes. Like wear what you want to wear.
Yeah.
And it was just based on years he would listen to sports radio. I'm sure you guys have experienced this. There are those guys who call in, and it's so clear it's something that they've written down, and they're waiting, and it's Tuesday, it's 4:17 p.m. This is my time to call in, and you can tell the hosts are like, okay, it's Jerry again. Jerry, what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I would like to just say to the men, and they're just so tickled by it.
Yeah.
And then he goes, what happens if this guy goes all the way with it?
What's this actor's name?
Oh, that is Kevin.
He's in everything.
Corrigan.
Kevin Corrigan.
He's in The Departed. Dude.
In Buffalo 66, which is a similar thing where they try and...
He's in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
He's a
Oh,
good
that
guy's
character.
a really
He's
really
in
good
Goodfellas.
character. Yes.
He's
Yeah.
good. He's in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm starring it.
He is so... There's a scene, if you watch the beginning of the movie, we're driving along in a car and we're talking. And they're playing Bob Seger over us. You don't hear what we're saying. Because they wanted... Kevin and I to improvise dialogue about sports, and I don't really follow sports, and neither does Kevin. So I had like a couple of things I could say, and I just immediately said them, and then that's all I had, and then I kind of stopped, and then Kevin, who had nothing ready, there's this really long pause, and he just went, I love football. The director's like, cut. Okay, here's what we're going to do. You guys just talk about anything, and then we're going to play music while you go to the
hilarious.
game. And I think we're just talking about movies. And
That's
stuff,
like a Ralph Wiggum moment.
Yeah, it was, I love football.
Is the writer a huge sports guy, or is he just fascinated with sports
He's
fanatics?
both. He's fascinated. He's a big sports guy, but he is fascinated with obsessive people that get like just so into something, and that becomes their world.
Were you channeling something you are obsessed with into this?
Yeah,
like what?
I'm one of those guys that if I need to, and you kind of saw a little bit of it earlier. I'm just like, oh, that was directed by Tony Scott, and the producer of that movie was like, I just for some reason the way that people can spit out sports statistics, I can do that with films. I'm obsessed with all of the people that work on movies and all the weird connections of who knows what and all that shit. I love it. I just love it.
It's in your act. What is it, a deathbed?
The deathbed, the bed that eats. Yes. This weird little exploitation movie. Fuck, have you ever seen Deathbed?
No, I couldn't find it.
It says, there was a Blu-ray release because it was a lost film.
There.
I'm upset. Okay.
The bed that eats.
Bed that eats. There's a guy. Oh my God, it's so bad. Although the father from Boy Meets World is in it, a very young, and again, young New York. Just they're shooting a movie on Long Island.
Yeah.
It's $50. I need it.
Right.
I'll do it.
Right.
That's like when you watch those early Roger Corman movies, and it's like, well, there's Robert De Niro. There, like all these massive stars are just like, it's $400 a week. I really need it, man.
Oh, I love when you see like. In the movie The Verdict, you just see Bruce Willis as a juror.
Oh,
Bruce
yeah.
Willis, and he's sitting next to Tobin Bell. So it's John McClane is sitting next to Jigsaw while they're deciding this case.
Big fan.
It's amazing.
It's so amazing. I love shit like that. But I love the I'm obsessed with this guy. There's a filmmaker named Andy Milligan, and you don't need to. Well, you actually go look up some of his stuff. He's maybe the worst filmmaker ever. Puts Ed Wood to shame.
Wow.
And he's one of those guys that would crank out those movies that would show in the grindhouses on 42nd Street.
Sure.
To the point where, and they just recently found some of his movies, but like 5 of his movies were missing for years because during that time they would, send these movies to a grindhouse, show it Friday, show it Saturday, and then Sunday the theater would call the distributor and go, "Where do I mail this back?" They'll go, "Oh, you can toss it. We don't. That's all the money it's going to make. You don't need to send it back to us."
Wow.
So a lot of these movies just never got you. If you weren't there that weekend, you never saw them.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, and his movies are so fucking bad.
They're just like slasher movies?
They're like weird slasher, sex, porn. He shot them all out on Staten Island in this weird abandoned mansion that he lived in with all these freaks.
The rats are coming?
The werewolves are here. Like
The werewolves are here, but the rats are coming.
Okay, do you know why
They'll
that
be
movie?
here.
Yeah.
Do you know? Yeah. Look, the rats are coming.
They're
the
on the
werewolves
way.
are here. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we all be happy that the werewolves are here? The rats are coming.
Deal with the werewolves now.
The reason that movie is called The Rats Are Coming, The Werewolves Are Here, it was originally called The Werewolves Are Here. And then at that movie, Willard came out. It was a massive hit. And the producer was like, put The Rats Are Coming on it. There's no rats in the movie. There's only one werewolf
Wasn't
near
that a
the
big
end.
movie, Willard? I thought that
Oh,
was...
Willard was
huge.
one of those
Yeah.
tiny budgeted movies that and made a ton.
Yeah.
And I mean, they made a fucking sequel that Michael Jackson did the theme song to.
Really?
Ben, his first #1 hit is a love song to a psychotic rat. It's called Ben.
Is this the prequel to Ratatouille?
I watched Willard last year, and it's like incel Ratatouille, basically, because he learns to control rats, and he like has them eat Ernest Borgnine. And,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Holy shit.
fucking nuts.
One of my favorite things about Ernest Borgnine is one of his last movies was Basketball.
Yeah.
I just
great-
love that he's
great
in
comedy.
that movie.
He was in that?
Yes. He plays the owner who dies choking on a hot dog in like the first scene. And then he does a "I'm too sexy for my shirt" dance. Basketball is pretty fucking funny,
So funny.
actually.
Oh,
So
yeah.
funny. Little bitch. Good times.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Yasmin Bleeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, all their early stuff was. You've seen Cannibal the Musical, right?
No.
No.
Cannibal, he did a really early one that the South Park guys did. It's all about the Donner Party, but it's a musical,
Oh,
and it
fun.
is catchy. And again, yes, it's funny, but also you're watching it going, these songs are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
these are
the crazy
good.
thing, dude. I went to this thing for Stephen Sondheim when he passed away, and there was a note in there that he wrote to Trey Parker and Matt Stone, and he was like,
What?
"I would be humbled to work with you guys," and I was like, "This is amazing."
Wow, that must have felt good.
Did
Their
write it?
songs are fucking South Park the movie. The songs
Oh.
are like genius.
America, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah,
Not
Team-
only. Here we go.
yeah.
Oh, there he is. See, these guys do it for the love of the game.
Yeah, they just love it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Alfred Packer. This is my horse, Leanne. In the tradition of Friday the 13th, Part 2, and Oklahoma, comes the first intelligent film about cannibalism.
Intelligent film about cannibalism.
And it's distributed by Troma, of course.
What's
Yeah,
that?
Troma is the new, like, Roger Corman letting, if you want to go make a movie, Troma's ready to make a movie with you. They will, but you got to do it really quick for no money. But it's where James Gunn came out of.
Oh
What?
sure.
The Superman guy, he started at Troma, and he puts Lloyd Kaufman. Lloyd Kaufman is the Troma guy. He puts Lloyd in all of his movies.
Whoa.
And one of Lloyd Kaufman, they did Toxic Avenger,
Uh-huh.
Tromeo and Juliet, like all these Samurai Cop. But he also, one of his earliest movies that he produced was My Dinner with Andre.
Holy shit.
So, because Lloyd's like, why not? Let's just two guys, let's do it. Let's see if it
Holy
works.
I mean, it is a
shit.
low budget.
It's just,
movie,
yeah,
right?
we
It's
can
great.
shoot it in a couple days.
Yeah.
Boom.
The
Wow.
expensive scene is him thinking on the subway.
That's where they had to actually
That was
get
the big
crew
location.
people down there. Otherwise, you could lock the camera down and go to lunch and come back.
Man,
Did
whatever
you guys talk? Good. Okay, we got it.
whatever female fans we had of this show are completely
Yeah.
gone after
Yeah, to
Deathbed.
quote Dana Gould, this conversation is the leading cause of vaginal dryness.
Dana sends me some of the best movie and book recs ever.
Oh, fuck,
He's-
man.
He always sends me it's always some like Hollywood murder. I just read something he sent about the John Stompanato.
Johnny Stompanato,
Yeah.
stabbed to death by the
Lana
daughter,
Turner.
Lana Turner's daughter.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was...
Dana's always sending me great stuff. He's got great taste.
We mentioned Ratatouille. That mailbox money's got to be pretty sweet. I mean, the residuals from that. It's on all the time. It's a great flick. Kids love it.
I love how people think that, like, if you're in a successful movie, the fucking money just rolls in. I mean, you get paid nicely, but it's actually a very tiny, just like there's a very tiny portion of, like, professional athletes that actually make a crazy good living at it, and the rest of there's a tiny portion of people that just sit back and collect residuals on mass things. Usually you are like down the trough a little bit, especially on like
you're the lead.
Ratatouille isn't Patton Oswalt in Ratatouille.
That's true.
It's a Pixar film, Ratatouille.
Right.
But that was like the beginning of Pixar dominating, I feel like.
Well, that was that when they were in there really like every Pixar movie is an event.
Yeah.
And we don't really need to advertise it. And they started doing, now it's their movies are still good, but like remember they used to put out one a year and it was a huge deal.
Bangers.
When it came out and they were all just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And now they I don't know. I haven't seen the latest one though, so I can't say.
I heard Bourdain said that Ratatouille was his favorite food movie.
Whoa!
He said they said they got all the kitchen shit right because everyone that works in a kitchen is either psychotic or has a really fucked up past. And if you notice, when they go through all the cooks, they're all like something. This guy was kind of running guns, and this dude was like. It's where you end up where no one else will hire you.
Right.
And then they also got all the floor tiles are all fucked up because of all the hot stuff hitting them. And there's always a big pot of potatoes getting peeled.
Right.
Because you always have to have potatoes ready. So there's always just there. And it's all stress and screaming and everyone freaking out. They got all. I don't know. I did line cook stuff when I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
But it was at a real shithole restaurant. I wasn't have that high pressure.
Sure, no sous chef.
We've got the fucking critics in here, and there was nobody was coming into Frank's Family Restaurant in Sugarland Run to write up a critique.
Gordon Ramsay didn't come in there and yell at you.
No, not really. Yeah. This pizza's frozen. Yeah, fuck off, dude. This is the suburbs of Virginia. What do you expect in here?
Do you see that clip of him and that guy just going at it?
No.
This is a white guy who's talking like he's black. Have you seen that clip?
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, it's fucking incredible. I mean, I don't know how staged this is, but it's pretty great.
I watched that
Gordon
show
Ramsay
religiously.
versus guy, I don't know.
Every episode he has shirtless at one point. He does the take off the shirt, put on the
Women
the chef
love that
thing.
guy.
Oh yeah.
Wait, who does?
Ramsay. Every
Ramsay
episode he
takes
gets
his shirt
shirtless.
off?
Yeah, he has to take off his T-shirt and put on the chef outfit
Yeah,
like
right,
Superman.
right.
So he makes sure to write. Look, in my contract,
Yes.
I got to be switching. Oh, Mr. Ramsay.
Oh yeah.
Look, pull up the fight scene with the guy.
How many shows does he have now? He has like 5 shows, doesn't he?
Yeah.
There's like ones with kids, and there's ones with. Oh my God.
There's a kid one? I didn't see that. He just goes to daycares. He's like, this is filthy. He's a pedophile. Speaking of mailbox money, you see that John Krasinski thing?
What?
You know The Office, the opening, where they're showing pictures of Scranton. He shot all that on a like a trip, a road trip with his friends, and he showed it to Greg Daniels. And Daniels was like, "Can I use this for the opening?" And he was like, "Sure." And he goes, "I'll give you $1,000 for it." And he goes, "Of course, take it. I'm just happy to have the role." He would have made zillions. Just from that show playing over.
He's doing all right.
I think he's doing fine, but he would have made, millions and millions.
Why a lot of, I'm sure you guys know this, a lot of sitcoms.
This is it.
Hang on.
All right.
So how did he end up doing? Did he make it to the final? How were his soups?
How do you like them apples? Souffled, cut.
I love on shows where it's all skill based, like it has nothing to do with like how you play the game or how you do anything mentally. It's just your fucking skills, like cooking or sewing. And there's always one person. I didn't come here to make friends.
Yeah, every
it
time.
doesn't matter if you have friends or not. If you can either cook or you can't.
Right.
No one gives a shit.
This is all American TV, though. You watch like the Great British Bake Off. They're all just friends. They're all like
That's
sweet
true.
to each other.
They don't.
This is
give a shit.
America.
Oh, I was
yeah.
okay. My my first wife, before he was ever the first Bachelor, she dated the first Bachelor, that guy, Alex Michelle. Before he was like a Harvard guy, and they stayed friends after they dated. And she said when he was doing the show, they would. Again, this isn't anything new, but you know this about reality shows. They would, at the end of the drama episode, they'd all just get together and go, okay, who can still stay? Like, I can stay, do 3 more weeks, and I got to go. Okay, well, so then make sure to give her a rose, but then you're going to cut her in 3 weeks. And there's a couple other people like,
Wait, you're saying it's not real?
yeah, I'm sorry, man. Oh, shit. Fuck,
Damn it, man.
Oh, I
That's all I have.
Because he has that other podcast about The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Fuck. The whole thing was just, and then there was like a couple of people that were clearly psychotic that he's like, we're going to send them home, right? And they're like, can we keep them around for a little bit? Because it's, it's just good. You can't kick them out now. You got to keep them around. Yeah, so it's all.
They did a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and all the women got along, so they couldn't air it.
What?
Yeah, they were just like, this is boring. There's no fighting. There's no drama. There's no fuck you, bitch.
No, you need toxic people for that.
You need it.
Yes.
That's
or
the whole
you
show.
need people that are willing to go, hey, can you fucking do
Yes.
her? And you get mad. And, absolutely. Yeah, done.
Well, I did
Because a lot of them are building little brands outside of it. So like, yeah, I'll do this right now. Why not?
Exactly. I did
Give a
Last
shit.
Comic Standing, and they were like, what's your story? And I was like, well, I'm probably going to lose. That guy's better than me. And they were like, what are you doing?
I know.
Cut. You gotta say you hate that guy.
Oh, dude, I was on AGT, and they were like, how badly do you want to win this? I'm like, the winner has to do a residency in Vegas. They're like, yeah. I'm like, I don't want to win.
Yeah, they don't
And
want
they're
that.
like, what? I'm like, no. They're like, top 5 is fine, but I don't want to win.
Yeah, you can.
And they were like,
please
you
don't
can't
do
say
that.
it. I was like,
Yeah. Said he did one season, they didn't use any camera airtime of him, and then he said the next season he was like, I'm homeless, and they were like, you're the guy.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if I was supposed to say that. He told me that, but yeah, the homeless thing, they need an angle, they need a hook.
Yeah, they always need that hook. They don't want happy, well-adjusted people quietly going about their creative career. They want a fucking train on fire, crashing into a mine and killing a bunch of people.
I
That's
was
what
in
they
the
want.
second tower. I got out. They want the whole thing.
No, one comic tried that.
I mean, look, he got pretty far. Let's give him some. He wrote it as long as he could.
That's true.
There's a lot of people doing that where you can tell, like, oh, they're just going to see how far can I ride this.
Yep.
And it will crash, but I'll get this far with it, and then let's see what we can do.
Yeah. Didn't Brian Williams say he was like in the war?
He lied about something.
He said he was in a
being
helicopter.
shot at or something.
He said that his helicopter was shot at, but
Well, you used to have a great bit about that. I think it was in your half-hour presents. About how they all want to be like Edward R. Murrow, but they're all safe.
Days in the green zone. They could not be closer. Yeah, we can see we use the zoom lenses. And I'll never forget when I zoomed in on that village on fire 5 miles away from me. That changes you. It changes you, It really does. Yeah, they're always trying to like amp that. They want that fucking CV of I was in the middle of the fucking shit.
Well, dude, you brought up your first wife, her book. We do Rex on this pod. I'll Be Gone in the Dark that is one of the best books I've ever read.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I messaged you when I read it, but I was like, I mean, it was, and you did a prologue thing that was so good.
Yeah,
too,
yeah. We did a little afterword on it because obviously she wasn't able to finish it, but she did a lot of stuff in the book that helped to. I mean, people there's again trolls online. You say she fucking captured him single-handedly. I never fucking said that. I said there's shit in the book that was then used and it helped it along. No, there's no single person that swoops in and throws the fucking batarang at the villain and knocks him out. It's a collective team effort and she contributed to it. But she did do some, and there was... Okay.
It's written like a noir. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's
very novelistic.
If you haven't read it, you should. It's about the East Area rapist, and it's
well, she
so well
really captures how paranoid people were in those neighborhoods at the time up in Sacramento. It was how people were like hanging tambourines from their doorknobs.
Whoa.
They were so terrified of and they were all like, keep your lights on, and they would have community meetings, and it was just, the paranoia was insane.
Jesus. And the doc was great too.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a weird bit of kind of sick irony, I guess, when they caught him and they were doing the press conference, and someone asked, did the writer Michelle McNamara, did she any of her work have anything to do with, and then this cop was like, Michelle McNamara's work had nothing to do with the capture of the Golden State Killer. And Golden State Killer was the name she gave him. That was the reason that the case, as Paul Hull said, and this is a really sick thing, a lot of times cases go cold because they don't give the killer a cool name.
Yes.
Like if you don't give him a cool name like Night Stalker or Zodiac, he was like East Area Rapist, original, it just kind of, So then she said Golden State Killer, and that kind of reignited the case.
Wasn't he also called the Night Stalker, and then there was like another Night Stalker?
That was Richard
called
Ramirez,
the
I thought.
original Night Stalker after the Night Stalker. To add even more confusion to it, there was the Night Stalker, and then there was an article where they went, well, we should call him the original Night. Like, what the fuck are you? Even the cops were like, what are you doing? No, we're not trying to do that.
It's like the whole HBO Max problem.
Yeah.
Right.
They keep changing the thing. There, I also love the him in court in his wheelchair, and he's so fucking frail. And then there's the footage of him going into his cell after he's been sentenced, immediately out of the chair, starts doing pull-ups. Like, well, that didn't work. I tried. Thought it might help. Fuck it. Whatever. Yeah.
Did you guys watch that Night Stalker, the other one?
The Netflix one?
The Netflix one? It was just a bunch of like neighborhood guys who caught the guy. They beat the hell out of him.
Like the cops kind of had to save him.
Yes.
Like, they were going to kill him.
They were going to kill him.
Badass. I love it.
Yeah, they spotted him.
Sometimes vigilante justice is kind of cool.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Well, again, that's the one. That's the exception that proves the rule. Like they were right. Maybe leave it to the one.
Sure.
Yeah, because a lot of the vigilante shit isn't working right now. It's really not
true.
good.
But yeah, man, I was reading this book by this guy Matt Murphy called The Book of Murder, and he's like the California prosecutor who did like every case. He did like the dating game killer guy, Alcala.
Rodney.
Rodney Alcala.
Yeah. The movie.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's like, he's a good writer, but it's like every all these cases of people who are just fucking insane.
Right.
What was going on in Northern California at that time, the 70s?
Know.
That's
what
a good question.
Yeah.
Well, what was going on in Northern California, and what was going on up in the Pacific Northwest?
Oh, I heard. Did you hear this recently? There's an article about lead poisoning.
They think that, this woman wrote a whole book about all the chemicals up there she thinks caused... But then again, that there were also millions of people that were living in Tacoma, the Tacoma aroma, and all this stuff.
Smells so bad.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Such a bad smell there.
But that they didn't become killers, so it seems a little weird. I mean, I wouldn't surprise me if... Didn't it, once they took lead out of gasoline, the homicide rate went down? There wasn't as much lead. I think
and
so,
IQs went up.
And IQs went up,
yeah.
Interesting.
So I think that's part of it. But but there is a Ted Bundy, Green River Killer. Who else was up there? There was a bunch of people up in the Pacific Northwest. Although, if you go to the Pacific Northwest, it is also so goddamn gloomy.
It's gloomy. It's spooky.
There's a reason that grunge came out of there.
Yes.
There's a very specific reason why Nirvana and Pearl Jam came out of the Pacific Northwest. There's a fucking mood.
Ted Bundy, the Green River Killer. This guy, Weston Allen Dodd, who I don't know.
Oh, Wesley Allen Dodd.
Wesley, sorry.
Yeah.
Where's Ruby Ridge? Is that up there?
I thought that was in the Midwest.
I think it's in Idaho, but I'm looking.
Oh, okay.
Idaho's got some dark shit happening.
It's wacky over there. There's too much space. Everybody's
Coeur
alone.
d'Alene.
Yeah.
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. There's some weirdness.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's right up there in the Pacific Northwest. That's that same sludgy.
It a little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's,
But yeah,
There's a lot of sad stories just out of there. You're right. The space, like when I had the flu, I was that movie Into the Wild was on. I was like, this is like the saddest story.
Oh yeah.
Because that's just a dude who was like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's just I'm gonna just live in the wilderness.
But also like the massiveness of I've done like Wichita and all the plain states, Nebraska and stuff like that, Omaha, and the vastness out there really creeps me out. I'm not meant to live out on the plains.
No.
There is.
Meanwhile,
something...
they're listening to this like you live literally in a 400 square foot apartment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with hobos throwing shit at you.
But I think there are certain people who absolutely belong on the plains and will thrive there and would go insane in a city, just like someone who's actually comfortable in literally living in a utility closet.
Yes.
Would you take them out on the plains and they start killing everybody?
Exactly. Well, there's a creepiness out there where you kill your wife in the basement, or you tie up a kid. Out here, at least it's out in front. You see a hobo jerking off. You're like, all right, I know he's there. He's out of my house.
Also, if you kill a family member, it's hours toward any food. Like here, you kill someone, you walk down, you get a slice. 3 a.m, they're open. Like
bodega.
You can maybe did you want to kill your partner or were you just hungry? Out there,
bored.
You're not going to. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be. You gotta render a deer and
black will say, stuff. I like what are the rebel flags? I know the racist guys there or whatever. It's almost better to have it. That's how I feel about the guy jerking it. I'm like, I know he's there.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. You ever heard of prairie death? Those flat lands out there. Some guy and his wife on a farm, and he would just end up killing her because it was just the same thing every day. Just
go
farm
crazy.
work.
Yeah.
She's the only thing you know. You never see other people. There's no
Yeah.
TV. There's no nothing. You just learn to hate each
there's
other.
a weird little indie horror movie called The Wind, and it's about settlers on the plains and how the wind drove them crazy. And there's an amazing book called Wisconsin Death Trip. And it's all about like all the madness that was going on out there in the plains, like in the 1800s. All these newspaper articles about people, settlers that weren't used to that landscape, going out there and going fucking nuts.
It's like the Earth is flat. You just can never. There's no hump.
It never ends.
Yeah, we
right?
talk about phones making us crazy, but this seems worse.
Yeah,
That's the other end of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
phones is too much stimulus. That's not enough.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you're right. There's a just right, and we've missed it twice now.
Yes.
First, we got that there's no stimulus.
Right.
Now we're overstimulated. We're going crazy.
Exactly.
We got to get the just right.
The rats are coming. That was it. That was the peak in entertainment.
I love that there's a movie titled that just sounds like your mom who's just had it with you. The rats are the werewolves are here, all right? And the rats are coming. Oh,
Dude,
my God.
I was going through IMDb, and how cool is it to be on Justified? You're so good on that show.
You're on every show.
That fucking show is so good.
It's amazing. I love that show.
Getting to do first. No,
and you play kind of a badass on it.
well, I play a guy you don't realize is a badass
Yeah.
until like there's certain people that they're Animal Kingdom badasses where
Yeah.
they're badass if they're buying a bagel, like they're just badass all the time. And I'm the kind of character that's I'm badass when the shit finally comes down, but in
Yeah.
everyday life, I'm just a kind of a schlub, and
Yeah.
and it's based. The character I play is based on a guy they met down there who was a constable who said, yeah, this is a position, you have to run for it. I have to buy all the lights on my car. I have to buy all my own equipment. It's like a guy who wants to be a cop.
Right.
But and it's an elected official, and they went, okay, let's make him a character. And then they decided, okay, let's have him go through one of the gnarliest fucking torture scenes.
Yeah.
Now, when you audition, are you like, I'm not getting this? I'm not cop guy. I'm not
well,
badass.
I was a little worried just because I was a huge fan of the show before I got on it, and I just the people that are on that show, Jerry Burns and Timothy Oliphant and Nick Searcy, like all these amazing character actors, and I'm like, oh God, I don't want to be a shitty part of a great show. Like it's good to be like if you're great in something shitty, and people go, hey, you did a good job. The movie wasn't good, but if you are on a show that's already great. You're coming in season 4. You're like, all I can do is fuck this up.
Right, right.
And you're really, really worried. I don't want to be Cousin Oliver.
Yeah.
Like I want to add to this.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
it ended up
Walton
being
Goggins, too, on that show.
Oh,
so
yeah.
freaking good.
God. Goggins was, I mean.
To play a likable white supremacist. I'm like, man, you're fucking good. You're a good actor.
Where you're weird. And also the fact that all of the, half the time, it's Elmore Leonard, the
Yeah.
women are leading the men around by their noses. They just don't realize it.
Yeah.
Like it's all about these badass dudes, and then behind them is a woman just manipulating them and
Yes.
getting them to do exactly. I mean, season 2.
Margot Martindale.
Margot Martindale.
She won the award, I think.
She
for
won
it.
the Emmy.
She's unreal in it.
And she was unreal, and I think they were thinking of keeping her alive, and then they realized, well, no, if we keep her alive, then that'll be the show.
Yeah, look at Elmore Leonard's fucking books. Dude. That's
God.
crazy.
So they gave her an amazing death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that dude. That season was incredible. That show is so. The writing, that's the thing too. Like you get gifted with this great dialogue if you adapt Elmore Leonard stuff, but
it's just right there.
But then also you're like, man, the bar is so high, you don't want to fuck it up.
Right. Well, what you gotta do, because I read a lot of Elmore Leonard, you have to deliver it the way he writes it, which is super simple.
Yeah.
Do it the least you can possibly do with it. That's how it'll work the best. If you watch Timothy Oliphant on the show, there's no effort in how he's delivering anything. Like that's the true badass. They're just completely calm and all right, here's what we're gonna do right now. And that scene when he is going up against Wynn Duffy and he just knocks him to the ground, takes one bullet out of his gun and drops it on his chest and goes, next one's going to come a lot quicker. And then just leaves like, oh my
so good.
God.
That's fun.
Such
Who is
a
that?
great-
What's his name? The guy who plays Wynn Duffy?
Jerry Burns.
He's incredible.
God, he's so good. That line where, because he's always in his RV, he's like trying to be this kind of on the road crime lord. And when Timothy Oliphant is threatening him outside his RV, and then he just goes, well, It's been nice talking to you. I'm going to go inside and watch women's tennis.
So I got to ask. Well, hopefully I'm a little hungover, so I hope I got the right movie. You made out with Charlize Theron in a movie.
Charlize Theron.
Wow. Come on.
That movie, it's called Young Adult.
Yes.
And it's Jason Reitman. Diablo Cody wrote it. And fucking Charlize Theron. She's one of those actors kind of puts the method to shame because she can fall into... I mean, she plays such a despicable person in this movie.
Yeah.
But you can't stop watching her because you're like... How can a person be this shitty?
Yeah, and you kind of know
And also,
that
she
person.
looks like Charlize Theron, so
Yes.
that's why you
That's-
can't
well,
stop
that doesn't
watching
get
her.
away with it. But then
Yeah.
they would yell cut, and she'd be Charlize, and hey, what's going on? And just talking and really chill, and then action, and then just dropped right in. I worked with some actors who were like, I'm going to be in character, and so while we're on this thing, I'm going to be kind
Who
of
stays
weird.
in character that you worked with?
I don't want to name, but
okay.
Well, no. Okay, I'll say one because he was actually kind of cool about it. He was very nice. But when I did Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey, you met him in the morning. He was like, "Hi, I'm Jim. Welcome to the thing. I'm going to be Andy the rest of this. I'm just letting you know." But he would do that thing where he would at least say hello to you.
That's nice.
And then he'd go
Nice to
into
know that
Andy.
people they let you know they're going to be crazy the rest of the
Yeah,
day.
exactly. Yeah, and then it worked. Like, but he was so committed that in my scene. I'm supposed to say, because he's working at Jerry's Deli, and I'm a diner in Jerry's Deli, and I go, hey, aren't you Andy Kaufman? And for some reason, it was like 6 a.m., and I was really tired, and I went, action, I went, aren't you Jim Carrey? And they're like, cut, and then he started laughing as Andy Kaufman, like, I don't know who Jim Carrey is.
Oh, no.
But he stayed there, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I blew this.
Was that a nightmare a little bit? You're at the craft service? Like, come on, Jim. What are we doing here?
Oh, I was not going to bother him. I wasn't going to. No, if someone's doing that, let them do that if that's what they need. But although somebody did point out, it is kind of interesting. I mean, Jim Carrey was an exception because he was so nice.
Sure.
But a lot of times when people are going, I'm method and I need to be in my character, it's always when they're playing assholes. It's never when they're playing a really nice guy and they want to like.
Oh, Lincoln, right? Daniel
I
Day-Lewis.
There will be blood.
Not just Lincoln. Gangs of New York.
Oh, my
he got
God.
pneumonia because he wouldn't wear clothing. They had like special clothing that would keep them warm. He goes, I will only wear period clothing.
Whoa, that's crazy.
And he got himself sick, and so he was like, I will not do anything outside of this.
That'd be fun if he was so method he got typhoid. Like he got an old disease. Yeah, but Charlize, I mean, come on. That was a hot scene.
It was amazing.
When you got the part, you must have been like, yes.
Well, it was yes, but it was also like, so I'm going to be nude next to one of the most physically perfect human beings. Like, I can't do a nude scene with John Goodman or Paul Giamatti. It has to be with this Nexus 6 android, like literally no flaws. Like, it could not just... Yeah, it was a little weird.
Can I play this clip real quick? It's Norm interviewing Jim Carrey about Man on the Moon.
Oh, nice.
He says, "Do you remember when you came and visited the set?"
Remember when you came and visited the set of Man on the Moon?
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, I was also in the film. That's how I like to put it.
That's great. I heard they tried to make a young adult too, and they couldn't get it moving, right?
Oh, that's about Epstein's
They tried
Island.
to make it into a TV series, and we were going to be on a cruise together. She gets something like tickets to a cruise, something, and has literally no one to take with her. She just goes, all right, and then she takes me. And then we have this weird misadventure, and it never happened.
God, it's hard to sell shit.
I know.
It is the stuff that you find out later that doesn't sell is baffling. I found out a few years ago, maybe there's a reason for this. This is way before Lin-Manuel did Hamilton, so he wasn't Lin-Manuel Miranda yet. But he and Weird Al Yankovic were developing a musical based on that documentary, The King of Kong.
Oh, I love that.
The guy that's obsessed with Donkey Kong and then the villain and stuff, and they could not give it away to people on Broadway, and it never happened. And then of course Lin became massive, and he was just,
I wonder why they don't try to remake it now. It could be
maybe they'll go back to it. I don't know, but like it would be that. Did you watch Weird Al's that weird movie that he did?
I saw parts. I didn't see the whole thing, but I
So
love what
funny.
I saw. Yeah,
It is such a piss take on every music biopic.
Yes.
Because midway through, they completely throw the facts overboard. Like you were saying, look, this actually isn't an interesting story because he's just a nice guy who got married and he doesn't drink. So they just completely go off the rails to make it an interesting movie, and it's complete bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's one of the funniest. It's up that and that movie Walk Hard.
Oh,
is just
classic.
Those two are an amazing
That was hilarious.
Double feature where they just fucking make fun of everything.
Boy, they're churning out the biopics. Now we got the Bruce Springsteen one. We had the Bob Dylan. We had Elton John before that. We had Freddie Mercury.
Who would be a really... I just saw that Becoming Led Zeppelin documentary.
Oh, I watched it too.
It was good, but it was like... Because it had so much absolute band approval, obviously we're not going to get into the weirdness, because there was some weirdness attached to their genius.
Yeah.
That they're clearly like, we're not talking about that stuff.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk about the
blues music
The underage stuff.
Teenagers.
Oh, right.
I had a woman...
Mud Shark.
I had a woman lecture me about Woody Allen, and I met a girl in a bar on Friday, and she was lecturing me about like how Woody Allen sucks, and I was like, "Have you seen any of his movies?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "Well, then you can't just say that."
Yeah.
And literally, fucking Zeppelin's playing in the bar.
Oh, wow.
It was Kashmir was on, and I was like, "Do you like this song?" She goes, "I do." I go, "He fucked a 14-year-old."
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, you should like...
We could do this all
you
day.
could separate some stuff is all I'm saying. And she was like, no. I was like, all right.
Damn.
Well, I think it's up to each person. What are you able to separate and what are you not? I mean, one of my top 10 movies of the 21st century was the Mel Gibson movie Apocalypto. I mean,
it's a great movie.
I completely hate Mel Gibson and everything he stands for.
Have you met him?
I've never... Well, I met him very briefly, and he's very nice, but... The shit that he does is like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
But he's also a brilliant fucking filmmaker, and there are, unfortunately, a lot of brilliant artists that are fucked up people.
Yeah.
You know, knowing what I know about Roman Polanski doesn't stop me rewatching Chinatown every few years and going, this is one of the best movies ever made. We got to deal with this.
In Bed Death, they say, no. Still a great movie.
I thought you meant deathbed?
Bed
shit. Death.
Bed Death, that's what lesbians have. Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah. Lesbian bed death. Yeah,
Lesbian
What does that mean?
They stop having sex with each other after a few years.
I think that's everybody.
Lesbian bed death.
Quicker than that, I think.
Yeah.
I think they move in
Lesbian
quick.
Bed Death sounds like a really good, like, hardcore band name
Yeah,
in the early
it
80s.
does.
We're gonna see tonight's Guadalcanal Diary and Lesbian Bed Death. They're at the Smell. We're gonna go see them.
It's a Pacific Northwest band.
Yeah.
Clearly. They're gloomy as shit.
The Gloomies.
They also say U-hauling. They call it U-hauling.
Yeah.
When
That's another
lesbians
word.
move, because they move in like they
Very
date,
quickly.
they scissor, and then they move right in.
I think we were grilling Fortune Feimster on all this stuff last time she was here. We were like, wait, what's this one?
Yeah.
Were you like treating her like a weird anthropological
Yes,
thing?
yes. Tell us more.
What is this? It's like you're Diane Mead studying the Samoans. So what is the mating ritual like? What age does this happen? Or?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. U-Haul
lesbian.
U-Haul lesbian. There you go.
The idea that lesbians tend to move in together after a short period of time. It suggests an extreme
She confirmed
inclination
all this, by the way.
toward committed relationships.
Oh, so she okay. So
Oh,
this
yeah.
is
Completely
this is
backed
all
it up.
like. I don't. Again, if I was, especially like someone who's really like homophobic, I would just make up terms and get them all paranoid and just have them start using them. Like, well, that's a thing we call that spaghettios. What's spaghettios? Well, that's a thing where you kind of spoon, but you spoon in a circle, and once you reach that stage, you can only do it once, and then after that, it's like the relationship is all down. So when you see, and you got to, they say it all the time, but you don't hear it, you don't know to listen to it.
Right.
You'll hear it all the time now. Like, oh yeah, we spaghettioed, man. Get them.
They're not making more sex. You had the donkey punch, the Houdini, the rusty trombone, the dirty Sanchez. They kind of ended that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've run out of our weird sex terms, haven't we?
Well, you know what it is? I think Urban Dictionary came out. Before, you had to make them up, and they would take off, and now there's just...
Also, some of them, the donkey punch, I'm like, that's just like a assault.
Oh,
Yeah,
most of
That
them are
one's just
horrible.
violent.
Yeah.
God
yeah.
awful.
Some of them, you're like, all right, you
Yeah.
came on the back, that's
Right.
forgivable. But
The
then
hood-
once just throwing fists.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of it sounds like they're trying to like grandfather in just hitting somebody. Right? It's called strawberry shortcake.
I think that's one of them.
You
That's
come
when
in
you
their
push a woman
face.
down a flight of
Yeah,
stairs.
you come
I'm
in
like,
their
wait, what was
face and
that?
you punch their nose, it starts bleeding. It's strawberry shortcake. It's like, you just want to hit someone in the face. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So.
This actually gets us right into peeves.
I got some peeves.
Oh, we got some peeves?
Hit me, baby.
I got one. You know what's peeving me right now?
Right.
I had someone the other day I was telling a story, and she goes, too much information.
Oh, that's a classic.
That's always annoying.
TMI.
My uncle does it too. He's a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
I'll say something. I'm like, oh, this is bothering me. He's like, okay.
I hate
you're a
TMI.
doctor. I need
Right.
actual
you
advice.
can't say.
Yeah.
I need help.
That's like a therapist going, TMI, dude. This is not the time or place.
Right. Also, have you heard of Google or ChatGPT? That's all it is information. I thought we liked information.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, We Won't Be Drunk is brought to you by Sheath. Everything in your house is a place where it goes, except for your dick and balls. Give your junk a place to go with Sheath underwear.
I'm wearing them.
Same here.
I wear them every day. They're my favorite.
That's all I got. I threw out the other ones and I burned them. Put your dick and your balls in the pouch. You'll experience comfort like you never have before. We love them. It's all I wear. The other ones are crap. This is good stuff.
They
Separate.
don't Swiss cheese on you. They stay intact. I love them.
That's a good point. That's true. They're built well. They last long. And it's been hot enough this summer. You don't need to spend even more time with a sweaty sack when the solution is right here. Go to sheathunderwear.com and use code DRUNK to get 20% off your first order. That's Sheath Underwear's 100% money back guarantee. Sheathunderwear.com. Promo code DRUNK. Get Sheath Underwear. Support the show. Support your balls.
It really is the best.
It is.
I don't use the pouch though. Do you?
I don't know.
They're supposed to put your balls in the pouch. I don't. I just wear them like regular underwear.
Yeah, I guess I know.
It's funny. That's the whole thing. I don't use. Do you ever wear them? They're pretty good, dude.
They're good.
I mean, it's all I wear. Summer's flying by, and it's almost time for pants season. This fall, you need jeans that are stretchy, durable, and comfortable. It's time for the perfect jean. With waist sizes from 26 to 52, lengths from 26 to 36, and 6 different fits to choose from, your pants will look and feel like they were made just for you. I mean, I would love a pair of these. Have you tried these yet? The perfect jeans? They sound amazing.
Yeah, it's all the jeans I wear are perfect jeans now.
I got to get them. I can't wait.
They're great. They fit great. They look great.
Oh, I can't wait to try these. Need to dress up a little more? Throw on a pair of the Den khakis. You got everything you already love about their jeans, but in a chino-style fabric, so they're a little more polished while keeping all the comfort. Yeah, see, I like the look of khakis, but I don't like khakis. So that's why I wear these are kind of nice too. Like they're stretchy and they're nice, but they're not. Comfort's everything at this point.
I completely agree.
Stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans. Head to theperfectjean.nyc. We Might Be Drunk fans get 15% off your first order, plus free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges with code DRUNK15 at checkout. That's 15% off new customers at theperfectjean.nyc with promo code DRUNK15. After you purchase, they'll ask where you first heard about them. Support the show. Tell them we sent you. Fuck your khakis. Get the perfect jean. I've heard these are amazing. I can't wait to see these. Give it a shot, guys. I hear great things.
Very good. I wear them on stage all the time. They're very nice. Thank you, Gene.
TMI, the thing that drives me crazy right now, it's a peeve. And I mean, I know that it's being done out of love, but whenever I'm having a discussion with my wife, and let's say we disagree on something, especially a health issue thing, like, hey, you really need to really strongly rinse out the sponge in the sink and then put it on the drying rack so it doesn't grow mold. And I'm like, well, but every time I use it, I turn the hot water on and put soap on it, so doesn't it just get cleaned? And I'll try to do, I understand, but I don't think that's a big deal as you're making it. Half an hour later, she will have found some Instagram video that she has sent me going, these are the 5 reasons you should never not put your sponge in a microwave. These will kill your family. Instagram has it's all scare shit about health, and you can attach it to any argument and then send it to your loved one to go, see?
Wow. You can find anything on the internet to scare you.
And you can find anything to contradict. It's all useless.
I know.
I've Googled when I was sick, is whiskey good for a cold? There'll be an article being like, some whiskey's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can trick yourself.
Well, okay,
That's true.
aren't we at this, they just came out with this, no alcohol is good for you. It's all bad for you. Remember a couple years ago, a glass of red wine a night, the tannins are really good for you. Fine. No, actually, that's wrong. No alcohol is good for you. I just feel like there's a basement with a dry erase board on the wall, and they just go, okay, so for these 2 years, we'll say a glass of wine is good. Then we're going to say no, don't drink any. Then you can sell your fucking stock. Then we'll come back with, actually, we did some new studies. It just all feels so arbitrary.
I know. I just went on Grok. They said Jews were bad. So, I mean, who knows
That's going to be you see
anymore?
on Subway takes. Like, what's your take? Jews are in a lot of trouble. That's
I love that he created this AI, and the AI keeps trying to be progressive and woke, so then he goes in and reprograms it to be like a weird Nazi. So it's like this guy, it's like a father. It's almost like we're watching the way his father probably raised him, where he's like, you know, Daddy, I made these new friends at school. You can't be friends with Jews, goddamn.
Right.
And then so but he's doing it on a machine level, and he's doing it to a thing that can someday launch nukes. Like, we're watching the Skynet origin story, but it's just a guy going, say that Jews suck.
Right.
But I think everyone's kind of, God damn it, we're rewriting your programming.
Yeah, his dad's teaching him to wave like
Yeah.
this. That's how you wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a Jew, stay off Twitter.
Yeah.
Trust
Oh,
me. It's
God.
not a lot of
Crazy.
good PR going for us right there.
Yeah. All I do, we're talking about this, all I do on Twitter is I just post a show thing, and that's it. Like, here, show coming up. And then half of it is, you fucking pedophile. Because there's anything, they can just make anything now. It doesn't matter.
Of course. Yeah.
That's what you are.
I look at my old Twitter, and it was all zingers and puns and jokes.
Just
and
goofy shit.
Now you post that, and everybody's like, what? We don't
Right.
care. I need a woman getting fisted or something.
I need something to make me angry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some culture war shit.
Yeah, remember early Twitter, how just goofy it was?
Oh,
We were all,
it was fun.
Just it felt like comedians hanging out, just bopping jokes off of each other.
There you
Bapping.
go.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
One of my favorite tweets of all time, this comedian, Adrian Earhart. It's one of the funniest tweets I've ever seen. She goes, my waiter in this Mexican restaurant just brought my entree over to the only other blonde white woman here. I get it now. And then the next line says, oh, wait, that's not my waiter.
Oh.
So it's just like,
that's great.
Boom.
That's like a
Perfect.
2-act play.
Damn.
Yeah, it was so beautifully constructed. And now it'd be like, but see, actually, that is how they.
Yeah,
like, both,
we should have called ICE
It'll
on the
sides are
waiter.
screaming on you, and it's
Right.
like,
It'll
it's
swing
just,
back.
Yeah,
It always does.
Yeah.
I think because then it becomes cool to be like, fuck, it's gone too far. Now I'm fucking bored. And yeah, it'll swing back.
Yeah. Now
some
it's cool to
point.
not have tattoos.
Remember
You heard
all
that?
of our ironic pedophile jokes we used to tell back in the
Remember,
early
it's my whole
aughts?
new act.
Yeah. Mine aren't ironic.
Oh boy, they can bring those back.
Yeah.
There was a documentary on HBO about QAnon.
I saw it.
Into
thing
the
that-
storm or something?
Yeah, and so they talk about how QAnon believes that Hollywood elites are run like a child pedophile
Yes.
cannibal thing, and they put up a picture of Oprah, and then Tom Hanks, and then me,
Oh!
and I was like, and then.
You're mad to be called a pedo, but you're like, I'm in good company here.
Well,
Right.
the next day, my agents called. They were like, "Did you see the QAnon thing?" I'm like, "I know, A-list." Like, I'm not doing fucking Oprah, Tom Hanks.
How about Oprah as a pedo? You get a kid. You get a kid. You get a kid.
Also, Tom Hanks, I saw that, like, Elon Musk reposted the thing. He's got the most followers of anyone on Twitter. He was like, this guy's a pedo. And it's like,
Elon
are you
wrote
allowed?
that?
Yeah, it was something where he reposted calling Tom Hanks a pedo. And I was like, is this legal?
Whoa,
Christ.
that's defamation.
Yeah.
I didn't know Elon went all in on the Hanks
Although
pedo.
there was a whole thing about, I don't know if you saw an article the other day, these people who are accusing Brigitte Macron of being a man.
Yes.
They got off. They were like, it's not defamation, which is a rough headline.
Right.
They were like, it's like she is a woman in the headline, but it's not defamation because of free speech and it was done in good spirit, which I'm like, I don't know if it was done in good spirit.
Good spirit.
That doesn't seem like a spirited
Done in
approach.
good spirit.
Yeah.
But they're like, that's a rough headline. I think it was the Telegraph, and it just said, yeah, it turns out this is not defamation. You're like, yeah, if you're a woman, that's rough to hear. But
Right.
Yeah, that's, oh my God. Yeah.
Damn.
It's going to be really interesting to see how all of the social media shit ends up shaking out. If there'll be like a weird pushback from whatever the generation is after Gen Z. That there seems to be a
Gen Alpha.
a rebellion about, like, I'm not online. Like, I think that'll become the new status is I can't be found online. If you can contact me if I give you my cell phone number. Like that'll be the new status. Is that
Right.
it's actually hard to reach me.
It's kind of attractive when someone tells you they're not on
100%.
social media.
Oh yeah, it's like so rare. Like, oh really? Yeah. I'm
Did
not
you
on
hear
there.
house phones are coming back?
Landlines?
Landlines are coming back in the house. Gen Alpha, basically kids, are requesting these phones be put back in the house.
Why?
Because they don't like the texting because it leaves a record or whatever.
Oh.
And so they said, let's just have a phone conversation.
Good for
I want to talk to
them.
my friends.
Get cut
Good
loose.
for them.
All
That
this
is
paper
smart. I've
trail.
sent some texts. I'm like, ooh, I shouldn't have said
Of course,
that.
we
Yeah.
all have.
Yeah.
There, I was on Instagram and Jack White posted that he goes, I just turned 50 and I got my first cell phone. Like he'd never owned a cell phone.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God. But then you look at the amount of stuff he's done. Like look at his body of work. Of course his
good
stuff is
point.
incredible. Tarantino is not anywhere online. I don't think he has, or if he has a cell phone, like I think his assistant
That's
handles
why he
it.
talks so much when he's on any show.
Yeah, but
gotta
he's
get it out.
He's not posting anymore.
Yeah,
He's like,
exactly. But
"Fucking go."
he's thinking deeply about shit, and that's why he makes movies that you can rewatch and argue about
Yes.
because he sat and thought about them.
Yeah.
And he had time to
put
watch
shit into them
9,000 movies.
and watch 9,000 movies.
I'm watching a movie with my phone out now, scrolling with the movie on. It's pathetic.
Oh,
Not if it's a good one. If it's a newer movie, I'll do that. But if it's if I know I'm watching a classic, I'm like phone in the other room. I want
That's
to
the
watch.
move.
Yeah. No, that's the new thing. It's among the film nerds. It's called raw dogging.
Yeah.
And it's where you watch a movie and you never once look at your phone, and it's hard to do.
I know.
But when you actually get into it, you remember, oh yeah, every one of these scenes, even if the scene doesn't work, it mattered. They thought it mattered. That's why it's in here. So it's very instructive to watch that shit.
Yeah, you got to do it.
My friend was sick, and she's like, "Give me a movie rec, like an old one." So I was like, "Watch Out of the Past with Robert Mitchum," and she just said, "I fucking love that movie so much."
Me too.
But like the dialogue and it's so fucking good. You miss lines if you're on your
Yeah,
phone.
No,
Exactly.
yeah. Not just that the dialogue is so good, the way the actors deliver it. Like you see them, you can feel how they got the script earlier that day and were like, I am gonna fucking make a meal of this. This is gonna be amazing. And the way, especially Out of the Past, the way they exhale the cigarette smoke and the way it's lit, like you know that cinematographer was like, oh, let's light this smoke, man, because that's just as much of shows these characters as what they're saying and what they're doing.
Yeah.
It looked cool as hell.
Oh my God.
That line where she's she's trying to be she's trying to win him back, that evil woman. And he's just like, you're like a leaf that flows from one gutter to the next.
Woo, heavy.
So funny.
See, when you can't say that's such a you have to get creative and you got to write some shit. You know.
Well, I love how in the Maltese Falcon they snuck the word Gunzel in there, which became, it meant, a guy, like a hired gun that you have. Like, where's that?
Gunzel?
Gunsel. That's what they call Elijah Cook's character. Hey, you got this Gunzel waiting for me in the, but it's like a Yiddish word for like rent boy.
Whoa.
Like it means, and if you watch the movie again, you realize Sidney Greenstreet, Elijah Cook is his little fuck boy, and because they mention like, I spotted him just like your boy in Istanbul. Like he's just this guy that travels around and like finds young boys and gives them a gun and goes, "You're gonna protect me." Like, yeah, that's right.
Whoa.
So there's all this. There's a lot of like. I love those old movies.
Damn.
There's all this hidden stuff, that they obviously they can't. Like you said, you can't say, but there's ways you can sneak it in.
I heard Kevin Spacey's in the sequel of that.
Oh, Kevin.
I had something on the phones and I lost it. My brain is
landline?
mush. Yeah, the landline.
You had a bit about the landline.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is. To me, it's so funny you say it's about erasing your text history, because I just thought like, oh, it's like cool. It's like the way like having DVDs
Shooting
or
films,
like records or
something.
something.
Records, yeah. But I think Gen Z, if you notice, they're more reserved.
Oh yeah,
Because they're always on high alert. Like we could fuck up, we could shit our pants, we could get beat up, and there wasn't a record of it.
Right.
I got beat up as a kid. Thank God there wasn't 8 phones out. And then it goes
Right.
up on TikTok the next day.
yeah.
So I think kids are a little more nervous to like cut loose.
Also, you see those kids fighting videos online now. I don't see them as much, but when Elon first took over Twitter, it was all like Fight Haven on my timeline.
Oh, I had a lot of
and,
fight. Yeah.
and kids are getting punched in the face and everyone's cheering. I'm like, I don't know who the good guy is in this scenario.
I know.
I'm just seeing where he hit you.
Yeah, according to Grok, it was the white kid. But yeah, it's crazy. Some of those videos are like, it's the handle is called like "Don't watch this" or "Death Video" or
Yeah.
scary
Yeah.
shit, and I watch every one of them.
Don't watch this.
I know. It's like 2 a.m, and I'm like, I gotta go to bed.
Oh, God, that's the worst for me. I really have to make a concerted effort before I go to sleep to get the phone across the room, because otherwise I'll scroll till dawn.
I know.
One after the other, and I know what I'm doing. I know I'm just looking for my little serotonin boost.
Yep.
I'm just hitting them over and over again. I do a whole bit about it. First it was blackhead extraction videos. Then I discovered hoof cleaning videos.
Oh, that's good stuff.
So soothing.
Soothing.
And then there's there's that woman that would power clean houses.
Yes.
She would go, like, hoarder houses.
This is pretty wholesome, I gotta say.
Yeah,
You
and
could
then-
go a lot worse.
Well, and then there's the lawn care guy. He has a YouTube channel.
I'm realizing Patton's a way better person than us. Right
Yeah, this is healthy. Shit.
But it's still, I'm searching for the same distraction. Like, can't you just be alone with your fucking thoughts? No, it's another one. And now there's a new one. It's weird. Have you seen the drain pipe unclogging videos?
I like that.
yeah.
Where they drag a tire through it.
Yeah.
And I realized it's basically... It's the manual labor version of creating a money shot, because it's all the built-up tension,
Wow.
and then that thing just blows, and you're like, yeah,
Right.
And so you're just, there it is. This thing is clogged. How are we going to unclog this? How are we going to get a big release? We need a big release here.
It's funny, we spend millions on Marvel special effects,
dude.
and then this is
Yeah,
what
that's
gets
what I
you.
want. I know.
Maybe we don't
They
need
can't
writers.
compete.
Yeah.
They can compete with a guy eating a sandwich in his car and then rating the sandwich.
Right. AI can't do this.
No, it can't. No, it'll never be able to do that.
I get
And
a
then
lot of those videos. The dude's just eating
Yeah,
food
that's
and
a
being
big
like,
one.
I was told to try this new Wendy's thing. And I'm like, all right, let's see.
We'll write a bid for 6 months. It'll never top the views on that fucking
Oh,
fat
no,
guy.
yeah. You'll never...
Oh, he's gonna bust. Hold on.
Wait, a tire went through there?
You pull a tire, and look at it.
Whoa!
Now it's all coming out.
This is 2 girl, 1 cup.
and then-
Reminiscent.
oh,
That is exciting.
It's like a birth video.
Yeah, it is.
Crazy.
So was a truck pulling that? Because you need
Yeah,
a
the
lot
chain.
of torque to pull a
it's
tire
not
through
not
that
a
pipe.
dude. It's a truck.
Damn,
Okay,
dude.
okay. Damn, this is good stuff. I'm gonna go over and watch that. That'll clean out my feed a little.
I think
out the
post
pipes.
Gen Z is going to be immune to all this, and we're going to be the generation that just got gobbled up whole
Yeah.
by
I
the
know.
internet. Gen X, and especially boomers complaining about kids being on their phones. No one's on their phone more than fucking boomers. It is
yeah.
such a novelty to them, and they love it, and they are constantly swiping on those things.
And it's like eyeglass on the nose, you know, the phone's over here, and they'll still do Facebook. They'll
Yeah.
fight with people on Facebook, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh wow, you're online constantly and old.
I wonder if it's so attractive to boomers because they are older, so they can't get out as much. But if you're online and you're reading stories on Facebook, you're justifying why you're not leaving your house. Like, it's horrible out there. Look at everything that's going on there.
That's a good
Everything's
point.
being murdered.
No one sends me
and-
more articles or those videos than my mom and dad.
There you go.
Yeah. About
Yeah.
how horrible things are.
Yeah.
Watch out for this. Honey, I know that you travel a lot. And you're just like, this is fucking bullshit.
Didn't you used to have a bit about how, like, they're like, don't walk around with a phone or something?
In the 80s,
Yeah.
right when cell phones came out, I had a friend's mom say, if you are in a black or Hispanic neighborhood, don't take out your cell phone because they'll know you're rich and they'll kill you. I remember that specific line she said to me, and that was one of the first times I was like, I think adults are full of shit. I don't think that I don't think this works. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, no, that, I had a point I was going to make, and I forgot I was going to make it.
We're probably gonna go back to the brick. I bet the brick Nokia. I bet that comes back.
Oh, like a stylish kind of retro.
Well,
Exactly.
some people have the flip. I mean, a Tel is a flip phone. Some
Right.
people.
But don't you miss, like, my wife is younger than me, so she's all text all day. What are you
Yeah.
up to? Sending me videos, sending me clips. And you long for the days. Our parents went to work at 8:30, got there at 9, did a full day, finished at 5, came home at 6, and they had shit to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm texting with her throughout the day, and
You
I'm
missed
like,
each other.
yes.
Right.
But
Yeah,
imagine
you
8
see
hours
them
of
like,
bliss.
so what's going on? Like, you know what's going on.
Yes.
You've been texting. Or like they'll be driving home from somewhere. Like you're at home doing something and they're late, like, hey, and they have you on FaceTime and it's like, okay, I'll see when you get home. Well, let's just talk now. I'm just driving. We'll just talk. I'm
Exactly,
like,
exactly.
We don't have anything to just come home. And we'll
I
talk
And then you're
now.
supposed to have dinner together on top of that. You're like, we're fucking out of shit.
I'm
Yeah,
done. I'm tapped
tapped
out.
out.
Let me just do stuff, and we'll talk when you get here.
Exactly. That's why I always say the road is a marriage saver.
Yeah.
Doing the road, it gets you out there.
Do
You come back.
Do you still hit the
Romance.
road hard?
I don't do it like you guys do it, where I don't have the stamina to go weeks on end. Like you went out with a bus, right?
Yeah, it was hardcore.
Were you doing like day rooms instead of hotel rooms? Like you'd get
No, I
in?
sleep on the bus.
Oh, you slept on the bus?
Yeah, I like sleeping on the bus.
Wow.
Well, if the bus is moving, it just rocks you to sleep. I
Nice.
love it. Yeah.
I try to go out for a weekend and come home. I can't do that. I mean, I used to do that like 3 months out, just when I was doing Comedians of Comedy, we were in a van. Like we would all steal pillows from our hotel rooms, and by the middle of the tour, we had like built these cocoons around ourselves. So it's like me and Zach Galifianakis and Maria Bamford and Brian Posehn. We look like silkworms in our little seats, just kind of.
I can see Posehn being pretty comfy. He's like a big beanbag.
Yeah. We usually give him the front seat so he could like lean back a little bit.
Yeah,
That
he's
is.
a large
I remember
man.
that show. How did that come together? Was that you guys were like, we're doing this, or
It was me. I was me and Zach doing. I did a show at the 40 Watt in Athens, and it was so fucking good because at the time I was on King of Queens, which was a great show, but a lot of the crowds that I was getting, they were like, "Oh, King of Queens, we watch it with our families," and like the stuff I was doing really wasn't like landing with them. I'm like, I need to kind of find my audience, and I went and did this like tiny music festival, and that kind of crowd in a small rock club was like, this is who I should be performing.
Right.
So I called Zach up. I was like, hey, I got this guy. He knows like these really cool little rock clubs we could do up and down the East Coast. He's like, yeah, let's do that. So we did a bunch of those, and then it was really successful. So then I added Maria and Brian, and then we went out and did a whole tour, did up and down the West Coast, up and down the East Coast. It kind of got big. We ended up doing like the Irving Plaza in New York. Had a lot of guests on that show.
I remember that.
People that were in town. doing
Mulaney was
stuff.
on that one.
Yeah, Mulaney and David Cross and and just so like it just was, oh yay, friends get to hang out and do clubs they want to do, and then you can actually have adventures in between, like do stuff during the day rather than get in. All right, I'm in the hotel room. You get to the club. There's some local opener that they've. Or a local DJ.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing? I'm the dog. I got to give away a couple T-shirts. I'll bring you right up. What do I say about you? Everybody loves Raymond. What's the show you're on? And so it just felt more like, hey, we're all in this. We're all excited to be doing this.
Yeah, that was...
felt, when you're on those shows, you can tell, like, the comedians on the shows are actually friends and are on a trip. Like, that just adds to the energy so much.
And it was fun. I started as an alt guy, so that was like our beacon. That
Really?
that movie, yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, it was good, man. Yeah, I remember when we were young comics and we hung out with Maria Bamford.
Oh yeah,
and we were like, holy shit, with Maria.
Blown
Bamford.
away.
And she was so cool. I mean, it was like we were in Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
Where in Vancouver were you?
We did some fest, and she came out drinking with us, and we were like, holy shit, we're with Maria Bamford.
I have a photo of it somewhere in my phone.
Same. Me, Hanley, Joe List, and
Carmen Lynch,
Vita, and Maria Bamford.
Holy shit!
It was cool.
Yeah, Maria, her shit, like, she's so fucking raw up on stage about just openly, I have fucking mental stuff that I'm struggling with.
Sure.
And making jokes about that.
Oh, yeah. Well,
effortlessly.
Your comedy, I want to get into this because that must have been hard for you because I feel like a lot of guys have copied you now, but you kind of went a different way. Your stand-up was weird and original for that time. It must have been hard to break through the club circuit with like the Einstein diarrhea, bed death, or all that. Like those jokes were a little outside the box.
Well, it wasn't that I wasn't punching through at the clubs, but a lot of clubs, the sign just says comedy.
Yes.
Like they're not coming to see anyone specific. They don't have any taste of what they like and don't like. They're just like, I just want to see a goddamn comedy show, and you're there to sell drinks.
But you killed at the clubs, though. I saw you at Caroline's in high school, and you killed. I mean, you were.
Well, yeah. I mean, because I learned very quickly, like I do want to do this as a profession. I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
There were a lot of, as much as I loved, and I still love doing the Largo, but you know this in the alt scene, there were also a lot of hothouse flowers that were really good in these alt rooms, but they never went out on the road.
100%.
And you've got to be able to. Now, there were also people that only did the road. And that kind of hardens you, and you kind of stop having a personality after a while. And then you also become unmemorable. So you got to find that right balance of you go right in the alt rooms and then you edit on the road. Like the road makes you get. I remember I was doing a show with Mitch Hedberg at the Largo one night, and he said something so brave. He goes, "Beware of any comedian who writes for a half an hour and says they have a half an hour of new material."
Oh, so true.
Like you do a bit at the Largo, and it's like 2 minutes of this will work.
Yeah.
On the road or like in front of, you know what I mean? It works here because the crowd is on a different wavelength, but don't expect to go out and go, so I went to this audition and I don't, it's on the Fox lot. Now, going down Pico, and people are like, the fuck are they,
right,
you know?
Right.
And a lot of people never made that adjustment. So I tried, again, there was a lot of, failures, and I got booed off stage in Pittsburgh one time.
Whoa!
What happened?
It was right during the.
You were like, Roethlisberger's innocent.
No, I was making like the fucking lightest jokes about. It wasn't even political. I was just made a couple of references to George W. Bush, like before the Iraq War, and I think people were all freaked out, and they just started screaming at me, and they had to lock me up in the office. And while they had to clear the room out.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was really, really rough. So I was like, okay, I got to figure out a way to... First, I got to find my audience and then get confident enough to make any audience my audience.
Yeah, well, you were one of the guys that you could make a joke about anything. Like, sometimes this thing happens to you and you're like, this is funny, but no one's going to get it. Like, you had that magician bit.
Yes,
that bit's amazing.
Wasn't it on Werewolves and Lollipops?
Werewolves and that magician in Richmond, Kentucky at a one-nighter. Well, I'd also seen comedians, if you are is interested enough in what you're talking about and it really is fascinating to you, you can transfer that to the audience.
Yeah.
It's like how Dave Chappelle has big blocks of time on stage where he's not necessarily getting a laugh, but the audience is interested. Because what he's telling you is fast. And you're like,
they trust him.
Let's see where this goes. But if you're...
I've had...
Ironically, he's good at transitioning.
He is,
I've had millions of those nights at open mics where the heroin addict is there, or the crackhead guy, or the schizophrenic guy.
Dr. Pepper.
Yes,
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
But you captured it.
We all had our open mics where there was some... I just called them like the persistent mutants, where they were never going to have a career as a comedian, but they were going to be there every week to tell their tale. And it was so... In D.C., we had a guy named J. Van Hubbard and a guy named Jim Anderson. Like, these guys were like, I don't know why you're showing up, but there's something kind of beautiful
100%.
in you coming and
there is
doing
like a purity to it.
Yeah.
They're there for love of the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have not figured it out in a business way. But like they're going to be there, and they're gonna, and you're like, all right,
it's almost
cool.
Freak show kind of traveling circus type shit. Like, we had Mike Lawrence on here last week, and we started together, and we had an old guy. This guy must have been 900 years old. He came in on crutches. We had the guy who was clearly off, mentally, and he thought he was going to be the next
but enough
Tom
about
Cruise.
Mike.
Yeah, but we had everybody.
Yeah. But that's also, you look at someone like Mike back then in comedy, there was also, you were expected to sort of have a specific rhythm and a specific look and a specific way about you. And I think one of the best things that alt comedy did was really blow open the door to, there's no way to look or talk or act as a comedian. Mike's, the way he talks and looks is not like the rhythms of other comedians, but audiences are now so much more open to especially like people that are maybe neurodivergent or just approach jokes in a completely different way. And they're like, okay, good, that's how this goes then.
Mike's also so clearly like a savant. He's an incredible joke writer.
The joke writing is
He's
insane.
unreal.
He's so good.
He is unreal.
But behind the joke writing are genuinely brilliant insights about life that, as funny as he's making the jokes, you're like, shit, that's a really good point, too.
Yeah.
But he does it without... A lot of times I will... When I'm trying to make a point, I'll fall into, like, I'm very aware of when I fall into clapter, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
And
edit it out.
And it I'm like, I gotta keep this fucking jokes.
Yes.
And a lot of times that's one bad thing that Twitter in these last couple years did to it made a lot of us a little bit self-righteous, only because the world got so insane, and it took me a while to realize pointing out someone's hypocrisy and insanity doesn't really matter to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But, like, if anything, if you point out like
they want blood.
We don't want to numb yourself to this insanity, but you also don't want to be like freaking out
constantly yelling about it. Yeah. But also, like, you realize if you point out like this guy said this and now he's doing this, and it took me a while to realize that's what's appealing about that person is that they're completely lying about whatever they're doing and still getting away with it. That's a form of power. Is to go like, yeah, this person should be condemned for this. You're doing the same thing. Yeah, I know.
Right.
I know I'm doing the same thing, and it doesn't affect me. Like, there is a appeal to that in a lot of people.
Oh,
and you can't, if you get wound up by that, you're the butt of the joke. You're the dean in Animal House, getting wound up by that shit.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It is kind of cool how a lot of the conservatives and a lot of the like far right, like the racist, took the National Lampoon, Onion, alt comedy, ironic racism playbook and just used it to become the rebels that are making everyone go, oh my God, what is going? You know what I mean? It's that. It's weird how everyone switched places.
I really did. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I got wound up in that shit, man.
Yeah, you got a lot of hate for a while. How did you handle it? I'm too much of a sensitive queef. I would panic.
It's one thing you were saying earlier about a lot of the hate that you get online. You're like, oh, this isn't real. You never meet them in real life.
Sure.
And also you realize, oh, there's some things that they were going to hate you anyway, or they already hated you, and you just gave them an excuse. They can now always bring, like, people always bring up Chappelle to me because I wrote that thing about, like, and again, the thing that I wrote, and I did post a really douchey picture of me writing thing that I was going to post, which was so fucking douchey. It's like Mr. Poetryville sitting there writing.
But when you're in the eye of the storm, you're like, put something out.
I'm like, the fuck do I do? So, but if you read the thing I wrote, I'm like, Dave Chappelle's fucking brilliant. I came up with him. He's a friend.
Yep.
But we disagree on this one fucking thing. I don't agree with his stance on this one thing. Comedians fight about shit all the time.
Do you think he's transphobic, or do you think the jokes are just like...
I thought the jokes were lazy.
Okay, yeah.
I thought the jokes were lazy. I don't think he's transphobic. I think he was
I don't think so either.
reacting to some things that happened to him when he was young. And people can, like, look... I've said plenty of shit on my early albums that I know better. You know what I mean? Trust me.
Some comedy doesn't age well. Like I was listening to some comedy I loved like 15 years ago, and I was like, oh, it sounds a little weird now. I still think it's funny. It just sounds a little weird now.
But also, we got
But that's okay.
It's okay.
We signed up for... We said yes to one of the most ephemeral art forms in existence, comedy. It doesn't age. We should accept that and kind of roll with it. But at the time, because I have a lot of friends, I have family members who are trans, who are transitioning, and I talk to them, and they're fucking terrified right now.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same thing to me back when black people would say the cops beat us up all the time, and everyone's like, oh, this is all bullshit, this is fear-mongering. And then we put cameras on cops, and lo and behold, there's footage of cops beating the fuck out of, like, listen to the minority group. If they're telling you they're scared, they're not making shit up, you know? And so when I said that, then people were like, this mother, like, even now, trust me, when you post clips of this, I guarantee you there'll be people going, are you still like gonna throw
that's what I'm
Chappelle
saying.
into the bus?
It never ends.
It is
So I'm just
funny
like,
because
all right,
was
fuck
it
it.
you telling me? Someone was telling me the other day that the movie Rush Hour now has like a warning, disclaimer up top. Like we were talking about
these
this.
jokes are a little outdated or something like that. But it's a funny movie.
Yeah.
And by the way, you can totally... I don't know why...
Why is comedy the only thing that we need that for, though? Because if it was a drama, they wouldn't be like, hey, this is kind of fucked
That's a
up,
good
right?
point.
You know why? Because clearly, all those years... Look, listen... we wished on a monkey's paw. All those years that we were working as comedians, we were like, you guys are just fucking clowns. And we're like, I wish people would take my shit seriously. Well, guess what? Now they are.
Yeah.
Like,
By the way, I never
does.
wanted this.
Clearly, comedy has fucking weight. And we're like, oh, shit. Why did we wish for that?
Yeah.
But it does have weight, and it does clearly affect people. And
But why do you think it is?
I'm a big fan of. I really agree with like Anthony Jeselnik when people are talking about you should be able to say fucking anything and not have it. He's like, no, you should find a way to get away with shit.
Make it funny.
No one is.
I agree
you just
too.
Find a way to make it
no
funny.
one says that in any other form of entertainment. No one's like, you should be able to make it. No, make it good. Like Tarantino makes crazy shit, but it's great.
But it's
you
great.
You should strive for that. I think I agree.
Yeah, I mean, everyone that goes, you couldn't make Blazing Saddles today. They forget that what Mel Brooks said. I couldn't make Blazing Saddles then. I had to find a way to sneak it through.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to make it. They read the script and went, "This is horrible. We're not making
Is that
this."
right?
The people fucking hated it.
So how did he do it? How did he pull it off? And then everybody loved it.
Because he's Mel Brooks and he is a.
I mean, the
he is
producers is irreverent. The producers
Jesus
is incredible.
God.
I mean, it's like,
It's Springtime for Hitler.
Yeah.
20 years after the Holocaust.
yeah.
20 years after the Holocaust, and one of the funniest characters in the movie is a goddamn Nazi.
Yes.
The playwright gets big laughs. You know, so you're like, there's always a way, but to just go, you should be able to say it like, look, there's
No, that's
bits-
why we tour. That's why we
Yeah.
hone. You gotta drudge it through the mud, man.
Yeah.
But you got to let
And
us
you've also
work it
gotta-
out, too.
But yeah, let us
Or
work
it'll
it
never
out.
be funny.
Right.
But also, yes, let us work it out. But if you're a comedian and enough people are saying, hey, this is really, I'm coming to you because I'm not a scold. I'm just like, this is really harmful and this is why. I just go, I'm sure I can find another way to say this, or there's a way to, like, I'm a comedian. That's you can't go, no, that's the way I wrote it and I can't change it. Well, then how the fuck are you in showbiz?
I guess the difference is, like, we kind of focus test our material throughout the country, whereas in, like, you're a filmmaker, you're just like, here it is.
Put it out.
Yeah.
I guess some people will focus test their stuff, but, like, yeah.
Oh, there was, look, trust me, there was still shit that was cut out of Blazing Saddles, and there was some shit he
I'd
put
love to see
in
that.
for on purpose for the studio to go take that out so that he could get the thing that he wanted. The scene when Lily Von Stupp is with Sheriff Bart, and she goes, "Is it true what they say about you guys?" And then you hear the zipper unzip, and then she goes, "Oh, it's true, it's true, it's true." And then the line they cut out was Cleavon Little goes, "You're sucking on my arm."
Yeah.
And they made them take that out, but he got to keep all the other stuff he wanted.
I heard him. I think he told that story on Fresh Airs, and I was like, "Holy shit! What a fucking."
That's a funny line.
That's a great joke.
Oh yeah, I mean, but he.
It's a bummer that line didn't get in. It's
I
a
know,
great line.
Yeah,
Not about a dick.
Perfect line.
Yeah.
But we have to remember, though, because we go, you can't make these movies anymore, or the joke can be offensive, but it has to be funny. But also, just because people get offended doesn't mean they're right either.
That's true.
You know?
We have to find. We've lost the. Hey, can we all take a breath and find a balance here, rather than it's all this way or it's all that way? Does it all have to be scorched fucking earth?
Exactly.
Can I?
You can be offended. That's okay.
Can I love Dave Chappelle, and I truly do, but go, those jokes, I'm not crazy about those jokes.
But also,
though.
not everyone's going to bat 1,000 on all their topics either. I mean, that's the thing, is I think intent and consistency are so important.
Exactly.
And there's comedians I love, and I'm like, I disagree with that, but I'm still laughing. That is the power
not
of
even,
the world.
Exactly. Or not even, Listen, Nick DiPaolo and I think, agree on nothing, and but he has made me laugh and continues to make me laugh. He's a fucking good comic.
He has some great
has
jokes.
opinions that I don't agree with, but a lot of the ways he does, I'm like, shit, that's fucking all right.
And it's important to keep those people in your life, I think.
Yes.
Or else you're living in an echo chamber.
Right.
And I get bored when I'm with people who only agree with me. I
also,
really do.
That's the other thing about.
That's why I hang out with a lot of Nazis in my spare time.
The,
I just I like to mix it up.
Yeah. Well, they're very clean.
Good to be here.
They're very clean. That's the other thing about the Chappelle thing that I realized wasn't that it's like, from an outsider's point of view, comedians fight with each other all the time. We fight about stuff. We fight about material. We argue about material. That's how our material gets good.
Yeah.
There's nothing makes you funnier than when you're sitting around and your friends are busting their balls going, you're really doing that? Come on, man. Like, that's so... Yeah. But to an outsider, it's like, fuck, they hate each other. It's like, no, that's what we do. They're all feuding. The time. We're not feuding with anybody. We don't... That's how we do that. That scene in the Jerry Seinfeld documentary where he's trying to make the joke work about think tanks.
Yes.
And he can... And I was so amazed that he puts footage in a documentary about himself where jokes aren't working.
Yeah.
Like, he's showing you the process of, these jokes don't come out of books. We have to take them up and keep working them until they work. And then he's sitting at the olive tree, I think with George Wallace and Colin Quinn. And George Wallace finally goes, he's like, Jeffrey's like, how does someone get fired from a think tank? That's the joke, and I can't find it. And then George Wallace goes, man, Kenny, sometimes you don't think.
Yeah.
And you see Jerry's face like he sees the whole bit.
Right.
Because George gives it to him.
Yeah, that's what you think. You better think again.
And in a way, that's a form, that's like a form of argument of like, couldn't you have taken it here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why didn't you take it here? So
look, we do it less and less as we get older, but Mark and I used to bounce bits in coffee shops for hours. You know, we all did that. And then, you know, it used to be part of the podcast. We kind of got lazy with it. We should go back to it a little more. But Mark and I would. You could still text every once in a while. Sometimes you'll hop on, but like, I feel like we don't do it the way we used to.
Mm-hmm. You sit and you kill it. Well, the thing is also, you're not in your 20s anymore, and you can't assassinate a day to borrow a phrase from Bill Maher, the way you used to, where you would, especially if you're on the road, like, it's 11 o'clock, let's go get breakfast and hang out at the mall and just look at stuff and talk about things.
Walk around.
We've got shit to do now.
Yeah.
And you kind of miss those days when you can just sit and just go, yeah, but this thing and this thing.
Oh, that was great.
Or just sit there and go, I know there's something funny here and I can't find it, you know?
Yes.
Or those days, and I still appreciate when people do this. Someone just did this on a bit that I thought was working great. And they're like, look, I know that but it's so lazy the way that you're setting it up and delivering it if you just did it this way. And I'm like, fuck, you're right. Like, I'm never offended by shit like that. Like all you're doing is helping me.
Right.
You're not trying to fuck with me. You're just like, I see what you're trying to do. If you just worded it this way, it'll work 10 times better.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get comfortable if the payoff is getting enough. Sometimes you get a little lazy in the setup.
Yeah, or they're taking too much fucking. That's my other problem. I take way too much fucking time sometimes to go where I'm going.
Sometimes
like,
you
you could just start it right there.
But that's also, I think,
right.
that's also sometimes like you talk about like Largo or like Alt Room. Sometimes they'll give you more. They'll listen better.
Yes, they will.
As opposed to like if you're going up at the cellar,
or the funny
you're
bone.
following someone.
Get to it.
You're following someone who's like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, I gotta fucking move this story.
Yeah, here we go.
Working out stories of the cellar has been like
that's hard.
It's so helpful, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
because
tighten.
I'm like, all right, these gotta have hard punches in it.
You know why the other reason it's helpful, and I know you guys have both experienced this, is there anything more frustrating than when you record a special or an album and then it's not going to come out for another 3 months, so you're still touring on that material, and then you find 3 or 4 better ways to do jokes that you've now recorded permanently.
You're like, Netflix, can I put this in?
If I had just cut the whole...
I know.
Or you think of a better tag to it.
Yes, exactly.
That is the worst.
Yeah.
That drives me insane.
Or when it comes out and someone's like, what if you said this? And you're like, fuck, that's pretty good.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I just, on my...
Someone gives you a tag on a special that already came out. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah, great. That was helpful.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I was very lucky. I toured with this guy named Orlando Leyba. He's really, really funny Dominican guy. And I had a bit that was in the middle of this was my second to last special. And this big bit that was in the middle of the special. And he was like, you realize that's your closer. I know that you're putting it in the middle. You should, it brings everything you're talking about together. And I realized, and he was right, like that was and it changed the whole set. It made it 10 times better. All just by moving one bit.
Damn.
Like, didn't even realize that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's big.
So again,
Placement's everything, man.
I really try to hang on to hanging out with, I've got my threads with all my comedian friends that we all text back and forth and, text about shit. And you just riff jokes off each other. But a lot of that is just like, they're just Twitter jokes. Like, I'm not going to go on stage and go, hey, one of us mentioned, what if Charles Bukowski did Star Wars? So here's a bunch of different, you can't really do that.
That actually sounds like a good idea.
That's very bad. Can I give you a tag
Princess
on your
Leia's getting
Easter egg
railed.
bit?
Yeah, please, yeah, absolutely.
What's that, 30 years old?
Oh, my God.
What was that? What is that called, that product?
Pause.
Pause
Easter eggs, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, look, there's always I think we're coming out of the whole online outrage bullshit.
Yeah.
And, I think it'll kind of calm down a little bit in the middle, but I don't mind. Hang on. Ooh, I hope that. Wonder if that's being picked up. But yeah, I don't mind when my dopey shit is gonna be like, the internet's forever. I'm like, yeah, I've done some stupid shit, and now it's on the internet.
It's a joke. It's a zinger.
I tweeted something stupid. I was trying for a joke. It didn't work.
And what am I supposed to do? Like, Eddie Murphy said this and that. You're like, yeah, it's over. What do you want? Should he go back in time? It's done.
Yeah.
It's on a record.
But also people that say that shitty stuff now and go, well, Eddie Murphy did it back in 85. And he has grown since then and gone, I didn't know any better. You can't draw your line in the sand in something that someone has already grown out of and go, I'm being a First Amendment warrior. No, you're just doing hacky shit.
It's like going, milk was 11 cents back then. Now it's not. You're like, it was different then. Things were different.
But also it's to what you're saying, that people are taking comedy more seriously. And shocker, we're not infallible.
No, my God.
No.
Not only are we not infallible, the thing that makes us so entertaining is that we're fucking train wrecks. Like, we're messes.
Let us be train wrecks.
That's why we got into this. We say stupid shit.
Right.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, it's going to be really interesting someone will write the book about all the online outrage and all the shit that
There's
people,
already some out there. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I've told you this before, but people pick and choose. I did a joke where I said retard, and a lady comes up to me on the merch table, and she goes, you shouldn't say that word. I have a niece with Down syndrome. And I go, what'd you think about the Holocaust stuff? She goes, that was great. So,
that happened to me in a show, too. Similar Holocaust thing. A woman was offended that I was making fun of crystals. And she was like, I was like, I literally was doing Hitler material 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, but pick and choose.
Same shit.
And it's like you were saying, why rappers say crazy shit, but no one really seems to care, but they care when you say it.
Yeah, but there's a certain type of people who's getting offended, and they think that we're going to react differently. Which is like kind of racist to begin with.
In the words of Adam Carolla, PETA never goes to the players' ball. It's all fur coats, but they never go there and throw the paint because some shit might go down.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're right. It's the same as like. ICE is not going after drug dealers and gangbangers. They're going to kindergarten graduations and Home Depot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we got to get there's supervillains out there. I got to get down and my God, there's a MS-13 strawberry cartel that we gotta.
That'd be a great twist if they just got Melania. She never did the paperwork just randomly.
I think she'd be glad to go at this point.
How
That'd be. Find out
bad
that she
is
called them on
Slovenia?
her. Called them on herself. There's a immigrant in the White House. You need to get down here. She's my God. She's spending everybody's money.
He was going to deport Elon for a second, which would have been fun, just to have Elon in the pen with all those other guys.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but he's still going to be tweeting.
Yeah,
he still would have found a way to tweet.
Right.
Poor God. These guys. You have billions of dollars. Think of the life you could live. You got all these kids. Think of and you're fucking tweet. If I forgot who said this. If you gave me $1 billion, you'd never hear from me again. You'd never hear from me again. I wouldn't bother anybody.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the perks of how fucking nuts Twitter is like, I have tweets from 2006 where I'm like, this and that. No one cares. There's a guy getting, his head cut off with a butter knife. So like people are like, all right, we'll deal with that later. Let's focus on the butter knife video.
Yeah.
There's so much crazy shit. It's hard to keep track.
We gotta
of
get
your
ISIS
shit.
some better knives, dude.
Way better knives. Come on,
all
man.
Dull.
It's a bad knife.
All right, where are you going to be? You on the road there, Patty?
Oh, where am I going to be?
This comes out. Hold on. This comes out on the 17th.
17th of August.
17th of August. I'm going to be at the. Wait a minute. What? My God, they have so much shit going on.
I think we
up there.
solved cancel culture, guys. I think we got to the bottom of it.
I don't think white people have talked about cancel culture enough. I'm glad we weighed in on that.
Well,
finally,
you can go to. I have so much shit coming up. You can go to PattonOswalt.com. I'm going to be in Eugene, Oregon, at the Olson Run Comedy Club. But all those shows are sold out, so I don't know why I just said that. But in October, I'm doing stuff across Milwaukee. I'm doing Flint, Michigan.
Nice.
So there's a lot of tour dates are coming up. Check the website. The tickets are selling. Really. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'll be in Wilmington, Delaware. Nice. In October, I'll be in Hammond, Indiana. Oh, that's going to be interesting.
I've been there.
You've been to Hammond?
Oh yeah, we did Chris DiStefano and I did a gig there where we were doing a casino and they wouldn't let his daughter in. It was like a state rule that she can't come in. We're like, I know, but we're the show. Can we just? And they were like, no. So I had to watch her while he was on stage outside. It was a mess. It was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's how Jared Fogle started. Watch out.
Oh, and I'm going to be in Austin in September at the Paramount on Friday the 19th.
Good one.
Great room.
Well, that's going to be great because I come in really early that week and I'm a judge at the Fantastic Fest. So I get to watch movies all week.
What?
And then I get to do the Paramount that night. So I'm going to be in heaven that week.
Hell yeah.
Just going to be at the Alamo watching weird new horror and science fiction movies.
Love it.
And then doing shows. I couldn't be happier.
But just watch out that Alamo. You got to eat in the dark.
You do got to eat in the
It's
dark.
a weird feeling.
It is a little, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, is there bugs in this? I have no idea.
I got the Irvine Improv the 22nd to 24th. Then I'll be in Oklahoma City. That'll be fun. The Bricktown Club.
Oh, nice.
The Venetian in Vegas. Rochester, New York. We got Chicago Theater will be fun. Winnipeg, Canada. And then I'm going to Europe, Barcelona, Milan, Dublin,
Holy
Liverpool,
shit.
London, Paris, Amsterdam,
Wait a
Berlin.
minute, where in London?
The Shepherd's Bush Empire. It's a really cool one. I love that theater.
Okay.
I don't know.
Can I tell a quick story?
Please,
all right.
please.
The first ever gig I did in London, in the UK, was at the Shepherd's Bush Empire.
Whoa.
It's sick.
Well,
I will say I did not have an amazing set last time I was there. But
it is an amazing room. Okay,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not putting down
Pull up a photo of the room. I'm dying to see
But
it.
I was opening up for Amy Mann and Michael Penn.
Wow.
I was touring with them because they don't like doing stage banter. So they would have a comedian.
Sorry.
Speaking
I've been sitting on that for an
You all
hour and a
right?
half. Yeah, sorry. Keep going.
Can we cut out everything but that?
oh God.
So I'm opening up for Amy and Michael Penn. They don't like doing stage banners. They have a comedian open for them, and then you intro all their songs, and they let you say whatever you want. So you'll go and go, this next song is about the fact that every year 40,000 ring-tailed squirrels are killed because of industrial logging. And then she has to go sing, Voices Carry or something. She's so confused. So
Wow, look at that. It's beautiful.
It's a gorgeous room. Okay.
Yeah.
See how big that room is? So they say, okay, you're going out first. We're ready to go. So I go out, and the room, the way, the lighting is, you cannot see anyone.
Yeah.
And that means it is classic theater lighting. It is, you're looking at darkness. So I go up and I start my bits. I do a couple bits, nothing, no laughs, nothing. And I mean, not even rustling and coughing, nothing. Silence. And then I start doing that thing where I'm talking a little faster because I'm getting nervous. Oh my fucking God, this is my London debut. I'm eating it. And oh my God, this is so horrible. And then the conversation kind of starts in the back of the room. People start talking to each other. And then it starts moving down toward the front. Like people start, and I'm like, and then I finally do my last bit. And there's just kind of a, like, okay. And then, hey, man, I'm going to be out in just a second. Okay, right. And then I went off stage just sweating and freaking out, and then the club owner was like, "Okay, the crowd's almost done seating," and I go, "What do you mean almost done seating?" And they go, "Well, we let them in halfway through your set." I'm like, "What?"
Oh my God.
He goes, "Yeah, we let them in." He thought comedy was ambient music, it could just be a thing.
Yeah, of course.
Which means that a sold out crowd at that venue walked in and saw me alone on stage just talking, and then the other thing was that, like this fucking maniac, and so they're all walking down to get their seat. That was the conversation. They're
Yeah, they
all
thought it was
slowly,
performance art. They didn't think it was
they're like,
comedy.
the fuck is going on here? And then I just said, okay, and then Amy Mann will be, and then they clapped for that, oh good, he's done talking.
Yeah.
And I went out, I was like, that was my fucking London debut.
Oh,
That is amazing.
sucks.
Jesus Christ.
You were just Pandora. It was just on.
I was Pandora.
I should do this to whoever opens for me there. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I got Salt Lake City, and then I got Carnegie Hall in New York City. So, and Reno as
You're
well.
doing Carnegie Hall?
I am. I'm pumped. Yeah.
Very exciting.
Reno,
Fuck.
Nevada as well. I forgot Reno, but
Local
yeah.
boy makes good. That's exciting.
Who's opening for you?
Veter, Gary Veter.
Nice.
That's my guy.
When I did Carnegie Hall, I had Bridget
Everett?
Everett open for me. She
big
sang.
mistake.
And,
That's a tough follow.
That's a tough
I've had to
follow.
follow
so
her.
fucking good, and she had two backups. She was doing all her songs, and one of her backup singers was Adam from the Beastie Boys.
Oh, cool.
Oh my God.
Ad Rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the backup singers. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck. She didn't tell me that she was going to bring them out.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
God damn it.
Jesus.
And then I had to go out. But it ended up, that room is just,
Yeah, I've never played that.
oh,
I'm
you're going to
pumped.
love it.
You never played?
No, I remember Jimmy Carr invited us both, and I couldn't make it that night.
Yeah, it's
And,
a banger.
It's awesome.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so, and it's like when you're backstage. It's like when you're backstage at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville.
Yes.
And you see the
Legendary.
pictures of who's been up there. You're like, fuck! Oh my god! Oh my god!
You're
You're
gonna
like
love
Elvis fucked in that broom closet. You're like, oh shit,
I
legendary.
think the first comedy album was done there. Am I nuts?
And the Ryman or Carnegie?
No,
Hall?
Carnegie. It might have been Shelley Berman.
I know Ray Romano's got that great bit about the anal leakage, and he's like, I'm the only person that's an anal leakage in this venue. I love that.
Oh, wait, 1898. Get the hell out of here.
Wow,
All right,
what
forget
the
it.
hell?
Forget I brought it up.
Mark,
but-
where are you gonna
but
be,
Lenny
dude?
Bruce
Mark,
has
what's
been there.
coming up for you, Mark?
All right. Well, I'm doing a premiere of The Rats Are Coming.
Oh.
What do we
But
got?
hang on, the werewolves are already there.
Yeah, they're there.
So you'll
We're
be
good.
bringing the rats.
Yeah.
So they are coming though.
they're on the way.
Wow, so they said yes.
Yes.
A lot of times they're hard to get, man. Wow, that's exciting. Okay, we'll definitely go see that.
I'm in Calgary at the Great
Ooh.
Outdoors with Adam Ray, and then I'm at the Palazzo as well, right
Love
before you,
Adam
thank
Ray.
God. A lot of crossover. Doing a 9-show sold-out run at the Addison Improv,
Love
just
it.
trying to work this hour, and then
Nice.
Akron, Dayton, Halifax, Ottawa, Huntsville, Hattiesburg, San Jose, Boulder, Athens. We're going to Greece, Oslo, Helsinki, Stockholm,
We're
Sweden.
circling each other, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
Dublin,
You're
Valley
prowling
Center.
the continent.
Yes, exactly. Timonium at Magoobies. That'll be a nice humble pie.
I'm sorry. Wait. Hang on. I'm sorry. You're going. Wait.
I got to build an hour. I'm shooting a special in September, so I got to go back to the clubs
Just
and
love it. We'll be in Luxembourg and Paris, and then triumphantly ending in Timonium
yeah.
at
Then I'll be in
Tracy's at the Bowman,
Yeah,
and that's free cod, free deep fried cod.
Funny Bone Gaza after that, and the Lincoln Theater, Kodak in Rochester, Niagara
Love
Falls,
it.
San Diego.
Oh, Kodak is great. I love Rochester.
yes,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Oh, nice.
Rochester's pretty cool, man.
Hell yeah, black coffee and ice water.
Just recorded it at the at the Minetta Lane Theater for Audible there.
Oh,
it was
nice.
just a audio recording. It's an album. We're just doing an audio album.
Oh, wow.
And I'm telling you, man. And I also shot a special earlier this year, but getting to just like, oh, I'm not being filmed. I can just talk,
Oh, that's
and you
nice.
don't need to be like as performy. And it was so amazing.
I love listening to stand-up.
Yes.
I mean, that's
It's
how
the
I got
best.
into stand-up, is listening to it.
Yes.
It's the
By the way,
best
I got to
way.
give a quick shout-out. I just watched Jim Norton's new special.
Oh,
it's
killer.
so funny.
Very funny.
It is so funny.
What is it on?
It's on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Okay.
It is
Really funny. Just
really
joke
good,
after joke.
really good joke writing,
Good
really
takes.
funny. Like his stuff about his wife is so funny.
Oh, yeah.
It's killer.
His stuff when he I texted him because he just had on Colin Quinn and Rich Voss on his podcast,
the
and
best.
him and Colin just going after Rich Voss was some of the. I mean, there's a clip where Colin calls Rich Voss, goes, "Boy, talk about a lunch pail comic," and it made me laugh so. And Jim's laughter is so like when he laughs at something, when it really gets him, he just goes all out. So I'm just telling you, I've watched the lunch pail comic clip like 30 times. Like I can't get
it's
enough
great.
of this.
Yeah, those two.
They're
yeah.
so good together.
God.
Norton's wife is trans. He's got a great bit where she's like, "You peed on the seat." He's like, "Might have been you."
I love his bit about her dick, and he's like, "You think it's hard having a wife who makes more money than you?"
So good.
He's got great stuff.
I forget the title of the special. I can't uncomprehensible. I can't remember, but it's on YouTube. Really funny.
Yeah, check it out.
There's a clip of him on O&A back in the day where he goes off about classic rock and how much angry he is that Black Sabbath doesn't get the attention that lesser groups like the Beatles and Led Zeppelin are afforded. He loves and the argument, it starts off, it's kind of really coherent and like, he's making some points. He loves Black Sabbath. And then it just starts getting crazy, and you can tell he realizes he's gone off the rails, but now he will not back down. And the way he digs in is so hilarious, where he won't, like, to the point where everyone else is like starting to, like, at one point he goes, "You two, Sunday Bloody Sunday, that's Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, it's stolen." And they're like, "Jim, what the?" They're just like,
he's obsessed with Ozzy.
Oh God, it's so funny.
I saw Ozzy tweeted about the special too, which is
No
pretty cool.
way!
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did?
He tweeted, "You got to watch Jim's new special."
Well,
that-
he's a drug addict.
He must be in so he's back on the song.
Yeah. Jim might be the quickest guy too. He's just so fast. But Quinn got him once. Jim was like talking about bragging about a movie he was in. He's like, "Yeah, we're shooting," and Quinn goes, "Hopefully yourself." All right, well, we went on a weird Jim Norton tear there, but
Dude, watch
check
this
out all
one. Yeah,
Patton's
check
old
out Patton's
stuff too.
special. Check out Norton's special. So it's on Audible. And what's it called, Patton?
It's not out yet. It's called Black Coffee and Ice Water. It'll be out in November on Audible.
Oh, hell
It
yeah.
is their first like audio comedy special they've ever done. So
Beautiful.
I'm very, very honored and really excited. And I'm like, why the fuck haven't I just been putting out albums instead of?
I know.
This is so much better. Like the way you talk is you're so much more relaxed.
Yes.
You got to do a special.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Comedy's best to listen to medium driving or whatever. So,
Yeah, that's how I take it in usually.
That's the best way.
I love an album.
You don't want to see this when you're watching comedy? Come on.
Look at this. Oh my God. Shirtless. My torso looks like Walter Matthau's face. Not good. So,
Thank you, folks.
Thank you,
See you
guys.
later.
See you later.
Take it easy.
Sunday's the day for my next offender. A bit of Peverek, you know the beer juice close. I've had a little too much bourbon, and Norman's talking shit about the fucking Pope. And I get down in the same way. Up on the roof like a cop's coming, and naked Samuel is feeling dangerous. I'm out to lunch here in New Orleans. This woman doesn't look like I remember her.